All right, check, 1 2 1 2. Hello. Double checking, checking. That's right. Dane here on the ones and twos, checking in to see how yous are doing. Okay, let me get this over to my face. Full screen. Nice. I got my detailer hat on. That's how you know it's going to be a mostly detailing Monday, which I have now coined as my new term for how we're going to do day of the week shows. I think it makes it more fun, having a little bit of a theme going in. At least that way people kind of have a heads up as to what to expect during the stream, which, by the way, if any of you tuned in for my insane stream on Saturday, thank you, because that was 7 hours long, longer than 7 hours by a little bit, and that was a lot. And plus, I deliberately chose subject matter that, even on my most nerdy days, I'm just kind of into and stuff. So I realize it's going to totally alienate half the people who may know me. So that's okay. I was just seeing who would stick around. At times, we had as few as 2 people watching. But all in all, I think people found some interesting gems in between there. It's not perfect, but it was something. So thank you to all those of you who actually took the time, dropped in, watched a video about zoning laws or something with me. There were definitely a few like that, but all in all, I think it was good. Let me break it down here. Music a little bit more. I have got a new playlist I have been devising. Obviously, I'm using my Dane's Reaction Farm format, but we are changing it up so that I can break it into different categories. So I got different stuff to pull from. If you guys have videos that you want me to watch that are, related to a particular category, say detailing, you just let me know about it. And if I think it looks interesting, I'll go ahead and throw it into my Dane's Detailing Reaction Farm playlist, which actually I need to move over here and open it up. 1 second, please. All right, we've got the browser view. We got to wake that thing up. Oh, I know, lots of sodium in the ramen. I'm well aware of how ramen works. But at the same time, it's so tasty. It's just a really tasty, quick thing I could do before starting the stream. But yeah, that's kind of my bad. All right. So I've got it all broken down there. Sweet. Yes, I'll have to do. How the heck does this Twitch thing work? Oh, man, we got Ricky. Oh, we got Ricky here. Hello, Ricky. Woohoo made it here. Nice to see you. Welcome. And so the Twitch thing works. I mean, it's like a YouTube live stream, but they let you do more fun emojis and stuff. Now, I haven't messed around with all the extra stuff that happens, but apparently if I can get to 50 followers, I apparently met every other metric they're looking for. They have different statistics you got to match in a particular time frame, and then they bump you up to the next class. And I'm really close. Just even in the first couple of weeks here, I've gotten it, so I'm right on the cusp. But I only have 35 followers right now. I need to hit 50 in order to get bumped up to an affiliate level. And once that happens, I guess they unlock some things. So I'm really looking for anybody who'd be interested in this stuff, be it detailing, general car stuff, or sometimes I'll go more into architecture, city planning, aviation, that kind of stuff for my really nerdy Saturday, Sunday stuff. Although I think during the week, in addition to doing a detailing one, I want to do a more mainstream stream that appeals to just regular people who want to see some fun, random drama stuff or current events or just game show stuff, some fun stuff. So I've also tried to integrate some of that, which you may have seen if you checked out my previous broadcasts, which were more a free-for-all or a whatever Wednesday. I've just been throwing names out there, seeing what sticks. But anyway, there's some cool stuff there. So hopefully people like that. But yes, if you can do your part to help me get to 50, that would be super cool. I've seen some cool videos on HyperClean products lately. Well, if you got any ones you want to link to me, I can probably throw them in here if you feel like they're interesting enough to throw in the mix. Now, today I kind of went on a mission to go and add a bunch of detailing videos to my Dane's Detailing Reaction Farm playlist. I've got probably about 60 or 70 some odd here, maybe thereabouts. But yeah, we got some different stuff to react to. Obviously, some of these are going to be like more mainstream channels that people are familiar with. Things like, Detail Geek or something like that, where it's kind of like a more mainstream deal where a lot of people have seen it, even people who aren't necessarily into detailing. But also, I've tried to include some smaller channels and stuff, just things that I saw that looked interesting. Obviously, if somebody were to link some Jamie vids, you think there's some good ones out there. I'm sure Jamie knows which ones to recommend, but absolutely, I'd watch them. And you know what? I have a rule when I watch a YouTube video, if I even kind of like it, if I'm 50-50 and then I verge on, it's okay, I'll give it a thumbs up. Because I want to support the creators. And frankly, the YouTube algorithm is such a monster that you need all the help you can get if you're a creator. So from one creator to another, yes, I will like videos that I watch, unless they really, really suck. In which case, I probably won't click anything. I'm not going to be harsh and like click, downvote, unless it's like actively horrible. That might be another thing. Let's see. Down here, we've got... You're planning on looking at vlogging equipment stuff, let me know. Getting interested in that. Ricky, that sounds like something good to watch on one of our like more mainstream days where we're looking at like tech stuff or other interesting stuff. Maybe something that I could do on like the weekend. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm thinking of like making those my really like nerd out days where I look at stuff that probably me and like 3 other people might like. But that's the whole thing, is I'm trying to, gather a collection of fans from all around who may have different interests. Maybe detailing is just something you do to get by and it's okay, but it's not like you're in love with it or anything. But that's not what today's about. Today is about detailing. However, for other days of the week, might make it more open-ended. Maybe there's something else that you find fascinating, whether it's woodworking or, architecture or art, any of those things. I'm kind of open to a lot of different stuff if it's compelling content. That's the big thing. I don't want to bore people to death with the actual content. It needs to be interesting enough to stand on its own 2 legs. And that's the problem sometimes, is you'll get some videos out there that, like, the subject matter, fascinating to the right person, like really good. But the execution of it is so-so. And that's the hard part. Like, you can have a really interesting subject, but if you bore people to death, it's just not going to work. What do we got here? Should we react to Scott HD? Controversial. Everyone is getting paid for product. Oh boy. Oh man, that sounds spicy. We got, oof, that dude sounds like a high school girl begging for attention. Oh. Is Scott HD, is that Scott Hair? Because back in the day, man, when I was starting things off at TRC, I remember he'd buy products and he was actually really nice. Like I liked him. What interactions I did have with him, he seemed really nice. But there's definitely like people out there who are you see it in the industry. And like a lot of times you can kind of tell, although I will say it's equally frustrating when you see like somebody do a detailing video and like maybe it's somebody that we know and we're looking going, okay, yeah, all right. And they may have like a particular way that they present that comes across as like a little disingenuous or a little insincere or whatever, but maybe that's just their presentation style is a little more uptight or something, or just goofy or whatever. And it can be frustrating because you'll see the comments like, obviously this is paid. And it's like, sometimes it's not though. Sometimes the person just acts like that. So I kind of wonder, but oh, look at that. We got Luke in the house. What's up, Dane? Hello. Welcome. I just don't understand the hatred towards Pan. Yeah, I mean, hey, Pan's like an acquired taste for people too, because the people that like him seem to absolutely love him, and then the people who don't like him, they just get infuriated every time they see him. So it's one of those hard things. Having met him, he was perfectly pleasant and nice, but I mean, that's all I can really say. Like, as far as like behind the scenes stuff, that's on him, man. But I think people are generally pretty smart. I just think like being skeptical is always a good way to approach stuff. But at the same time, I also think sometimes people treat their skepticism as the one and only truth for themselves, and they apply that to everything, and then they think that that's just the way it all is, and everybody's a shill, and everybody's out to screw you, and it's exhausting, you know, treating the world that way. I mean, I like to have a little bit of optimism, and I say that as somebody who is pretty often, you know, little jaded, little pessimistic. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm not surprised by much, but at the same time, I'm not looking for, you know, drama or blowing up someone's spot either. Same time though, like if I see something that doesn't look right, yeah, I'll say it. Luke, I'm on vacation running jet skis, got a solid 4 feet of air. I thought I was gonna die. Damn, Luke, you're getting off the ground 4 feet off the ground on a jet ski. Like, was it what kind of jet ski was it? I actually had a jet ski video for detailing that I had on this list somewhere. Why that ended up on there, but it was interesting. Yeah, here we go. Drake's detailing. Yeah, why don't we start with that, Luke? You started the theme. All right. And yeah, like, guys, you know, this is not my day job, so I'm free and open to talk about stuff. It's just at the same time, obviously, I'm not blowing up any like trade secrets or anything like that. Just reasonable. But yeah, just being human, being good people. For me, that's always been the biggest thing, is treat other people how you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. It goes back to, you know, when you were first taught anything as a kid. If you can't manage that, then you're basically going to go through life pissing people off. And just, I get really annoyed by people who literally think of it as a badge of honor to piss just like groups of people off, or particular people off. Like, they make a habit out of it when you're not actually accomplishing anything purely by the act of pissing people off. If you're pissing people off because you're doing the right thing, or you're doing something that, you know, has some kind of purpose behind it, there's a noble goal there, okay, fine, piss people off. That's good. I would actually support that. I like when people are rabble rousers for positive change. But when you have people who are literally just stirring shit to stir shit, and they're not actually doing it for any particularly good reason other than maybe self-aggrandizement or their own pure narcissism or some kind of thinly veiled way of growing their brand. Looking at you, Andrew Tate. Yeah, that's that kind of thing. So, yeah, sometimes people just put on a character, and that's all there is. An old Yamaha. Found a wake from a big boat, hit it going 35, launched my sister off the... Oh, dude. Okay, why don't we start? We'll watch a jet ski detailing video. How's that? Okay, first of all, I gotta unmute this. Also, this guy has fun sunglasses, so that's something to know. I don't know who Drake's Detailing is. I've not seen this channel before, but I added it to my playlist, so yeah. Are we talking about the SS Pegger? Yeah, no, that is our sailing ship that we use during Sea of Thieves, which is something we will be doing later tonight on the Xbox stand. Don't worry, that will happen after I conclude this stream, where I should be able to get, once again, Glenn, Anthony, and crew out there, and we'll have some fun, so don't worry about that. Yeah, why don't we start things off watching Drake's Detailing. Simple 7-step process, how to detail jet skis, wave runners, and personal watercraft. Now, for many of you who only work on cars, this is going to seem like unnecessary, but let's give it a chance. Let's give it a shot. See how it goes.
Video, we are going to go over a step-by-step guide on how to properly detail and protect jet skis. Let's go.
All right, pro tip for video editing perspective, yes. People like a nice little showy reel of like, okay, show some sexy shots of the car or the vehicle in question before or after you detail it. Understandable. But one mistake I think a lot of detailers make, or just people who shoot these videos, they get lost in the whole like, oh, I got this song I really like or I want to use, so I'm going to stretch it to fit this space. Or I just, got these shots. Like, milking your shots for all they're worth when they're like only decent, they're not the best, but they're something, or you just run out of interesting ideas on how you can present it. It kind of shows sometimes, and when they go on too long, it's kind of excruciating. And just as a pro tip to anybody who makes detailing videos here in my audience right now, I would advise against making them too long, unless like your shots are absolutely fire and you really want to show, or they're before and after shots where you can show a nice contrast. If you're just simply displaying the thing that you're going to be working on, find a way to make it quicker, because unfortunately we live in a day and age where people's attention spans are really, really short, and they're not going to hang around after your epic montage to actually see what you're doing, or they might just skip it altogether. It depends. And yes, Jamie,
Guys,
send me a
always,
friend
if you get any
request.
value out of this video, please hit the like
On
button, hit
Xbox.
that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification, so every time we make a video, it will pop up. In today's video, we're going to go over a step-by-step process on how to detail these jet skis. It was a great process. We are finished. I'm making the intro now. The jet skis came out absolutely amazing. I'm going to walk you guys through my entire process. We've actually created a kit down below. If you click the link down below, it's going to take you to the kit. It's going to be pretty much most of the products, or the essential products that you will need to do your jet skis at home. If you're a jet ski owner, or if you're a detailing company.
CJ, are you talking to me or him?
Get the kit. It's going to be pretty much everything that you'll need to be able to do today's project. The MaxShine DA that we will be using in today's video, we have a discount code for that as well. It's MaxShineUSA.com. Discount code Drake15. It's going to save you 15%.
Okay. Now this is like a little bit of tea. You want to talk about like people getting paid for stuff. I definitely hear rumors all the time when it comes to like MaxShine or something. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of that out there. I'm not saying in this case that's what happened or whatever. Maybe it is. You see a discount code, but just a heads up. Maybe you like the tool or something like that. But there's usually a reason why, at least in my space, not my space, but my day job, I wouldn't look at recommending that particular brand to people unless it's because it comes up all the time where people are like, I don't want to spend for the name brand polisher, whatever. What's a cheap one I can get? And then of course people inevitably find videos by people who like to hawk this stuff, and maybe it works for them, but all I'm saying is just pay attention. And it's not just me saying that for business sake, but like for real, pay attention, and your mileage may vary.
15% off. That will be in the description section down below as well. So if you want the machine and the products, we have those.
Jamie, you have no idea how right you are, though. Yeah, for real. If you're seeing MaxShine being plugged at the beginning of a video, yeah, you're probably not gonna see Gion in there. You're probably gonna see something like slightly different budget, kind of stuff. But it all depends. I mean, he might surprise you, Jamie. He might throw that in as a curveball. Or another kind of ball would be a fireball, which I also see heavily branded, thrown around by a lot of people. But I know people who actually like it and seem to really enjoy using it, so I can't really knock that too much. I haven't tried it myself, so I honestly couldn't say.
For you, when you guys buy products, it helps fund me, it helps fund the channel, and it helps fund these videos. So if you enjoy these videos, buy some products. We really appreciate you guys for that. Let's go ahead and look over the actual jet skis, and let's see what we're going to be doing.
And I'll say this up front too. I have zero issue with creators who want to use like partnerships and branding and stuff like that to build, with their audience, find relatable products that make sense for the people and do that kind of thing. That's totally fine. I especially appreciate like when they're more transparent. Like in this case, it seemed like he was decently there. He didn't say anything about being compensated for it though. So hopefully there's some clarity there in the description or something if that were the case. But yeah, no, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. He's getting some kind of deal and has the promo code on there. So, just buyer beware.
Today. All right, so let's check out our jet skis. They are 2021, so these are really new. The customer bought them, and he said he made a lot of money.
That is highlighter yellow.
Now he works so much he can't ride them, so he's wanting to get them cleaned up so they can go ride them this year. They are in beautiful shape.
Jamie,
no
you're probably not
really
far off.
Just a ton of watermarks, and they've just been sitting here and in storage. So what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna go ahead, give these things a really nice, detailed, clean We're gonna decon them, get all the water spots off, get all the plastics protected, the seats protected. This is gonna be a full video.
Now, CJ, when you say it used to be on a water route that you managed, what kind of a water route are we talking? Or sorry, that's the wrong one. Highlighting this one. There we go. Yeah, I'm interested.
On how to just do a simple detail on some 2 really beautiful jet skis. This job actually only took me about 3.5 4 hours. The water spots on the red one were a little bit worse than the orange one for some reason, so we had to use a good amount of acid to basically get it off, but I'm gonna go through all of that in today's video. First thing we're gonna go ahead and start off with is our decon wash. We're gonna get this thing washed down and we're gonna go from there. Let's go ahead and hop in today's process. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're gonna hop in today's process. First thing we're gonna do is remove everything out of the compartments, obviously, and just give it a nice
I get
rinse.
you,
And then we're gonna go
CJ.
straight
Okay.
into Shine Supply Smooth Move. This is a decontamination spray. It's basically a clay bar for your jet skis. It's gonna melt off any contaminants, any iron fallout, anything that's stuck on the surface. So it's gonna get it out of the way so that the soap can do its job. Now we're gonna use our Max Shine foam cannon and our pressure washer to do the shift soap. If you don't have a foam cannon, you can just use a bucket, you know, the 2-bucket system. We do recommend you get a nice
Dan, I know what you mean. Anthony was dying just from having to ask about traffic film. Like it was absolutely, he was cringing inwardly the entire time that discussion was happening. Also, I noticed Shine Supply. So that was kind of a, out of left field one that I was like, oh, okay, Shine Supply, bro. There's a lot of people who love Shine Supply, and definitely nothing wrong with the products there. People who like them, love them. Kind of felt like a cult sometimes with the amount of people who liked him, but like Levi can definitely speak to that. And those are good.
Nice lamb's wool hand mitt for your jet skis. We have them down below as well. So when you're doing the shift soap, use the lamb's wool hand mitt. It's really easy, so you can get all the little edges and corners and creases and knobs and all the cracks and crevices of these jet skis when you're doing it with that little hand mitt. It actually makes a huge difference.
Exactly, Dan. Yeah, Jamie. See, it's not too bad. I feel like during this music, though, it's like gotta be in some kind of
All right, we're gonna do WSP water spot
Dutch
remover.
angles
This is
and
the
like
acid-based
fisheye
water spot
lens.
remover. You will need to get extreme water spots off. This product is amazing. It usually takes about 2 to 3 coats. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spray it on either a spray bottle, you can put a spray top on it, or on your rag. Wipe it in real good, let it sit. Don't let it dry. If it's super hot, wipe it on again, let it sit for about 30 more seconds, wipe it on again. And typically by 2 to 3, you have all of your water spots gone, and then you just need to rinse off the surface. That's all you really need to do, and then obviously dry it. With that, we got all of the SeaDek, all the foam flooring in there cleaned away. All we needed was just a little bit of soap and the brush. They really weren't too bad, so we didn't have to use any heavy cleaners. If you have to use cleaners, you can just use like an all-purpose cleaner to get those clean with the drill brush. After we're done with that, we're just gonna go to drying all of the jet skis. We have a blower here to blow out all the water out the cracks and stuff. It kind of helps drying process, and then just take your microfiber rags and get the jet skis dried so that you don't cause more water spots.
Okay. I mean, so far, there's nothing objectionable here. And granted, I have a lot less experience when it comes to, detailing watercraft, gel-coated things. But, there's minor experience there. But I guess you wouldn't want any slick feeling protection on a jet ski, or else you'd end up like Luke's sister. Yeah, CJ, you may be onto something there. Poor gal never stood a chance. Bucked off that bronc. I almost said bronked off that buck.
Okay, now once we're done with that, I'm gonna put the seat cushion back on and get the underside all cleaned up. We're just gonna use Shine Supply Clutch to get the plastics all cleaned and protected on the inside, and I'll also kind of wipe the underside of the seats like you can see here just to get that done. Next, we're just going to remove any light water spots that may have happened in the washing process because it was hot with some aftermath. All right, let's hop to our polishing process. We're using Shine Supply Burnout. I'm going to go over what Burnout is in just a second, but what I want to show you guys is that I'm using it on the Max Shine M8 SV2, which is a DA, and I wanted to show you real time how slow that I'm going. So it's going to speed up in a second, boom, 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 running through it. And now we're at real time. This is how fast you should be running your polisher, okay? I have it on about the 4.5 setting, and I'm just really letting this microfiber pad work in. So I use the Shine Supply Burnout with the Eurofiber microfiber pad in. Guys,
now, I don't know how you guys feel about microfiber pads, but even as a microfiber fan myself, when it comes to towels and all sorts of things like that, when it comes to pads, it's not quite top of my list. Yeah, it'll do the job. It likes to generate heat, though. Like the friction it generates really generates a good amount of heat. Wool is preferable, in my opinion, to microfiber if you're looking for better results, usually. But if you're on a mission to just cut through stuff, then yeah, you could do that. Although this being, I imagine, gel coat and some graphics, maybe you do want something a little more intense. I mean, he said he's getting to the water spots and stuff, so maybe that's more the goal here.
Cut out any leftover watermarks that may have been left over that I didn't get from the chemical. It also removed all the holograms, any swirls, and little light fine scratches that were, you know, just from riding and whatnot and people running into it. If you have some jet skis, this one-step polish was absolutely amazing.
Happy Monday, Flack.
It has SiO2 in it, so it has protectant in it, and it's going to act as a binding agent for our silica spray that we're gonna...
Yeah, exactly, Flack. You have that microfiber pad for the times that you really just need to absolutely blaze through something. Otherwise... oh man, foam really does the trick for most things. However, I have to say, a good wool, like the Rupes wool, oh my god, they're so good. Would highly recommend those to somebody who maybe hadn't tried wool before. If you want to try really good wool pad, check out the Rupes wool.
Ultimately use for the ultimate protection. That's going to give you a few months of protection. We're not going to use any waxes on these jet skis. Burnout really pulled out those fine water spots, those really thin little scratches, and it gave the jet skis just an absolutely amazing pop, and it preps our surface for the next protection step.
I was gonna say, I've definitely heard this on the copyright-free playlists.
Shine Supply Burnout can be used either by machine.
You haven't. I've always been put off not knowing how much they cut versus certain foam pads. You know, if you haven't given the Rupes wool pads a shot, you can check out some of the videos from my day job where you can actually see like what they've done. There's a really good video where Levi and Dylan from Rupes are like comparing the DA coarse and the DA fine, and I believe they use a wool pad in those situations. If not, just type in Rupes wool, and there's definitely videos out there of people using them, but they are awesome. And Dan, yeah, right here, Rupes yellow wool is my default pad now. In my opinion, Burnout has very minor cutting ability and isn't pad dependent. Okay. No, good info.
It can be used by hand as well. So that's one reason why I really love the Burnout for jet skis, is because sometimes you can't get into all the hard to reach places, but this product really cuts really well, and it turns into a nice finishing polish with the SiO2, which is really...
well, there you go, Flag. 2 ringing endorsements for Rupes yellow wool.
And it's really going to add the gloss. And as you can see, you can use it by hand. And if some of those really hard to reach places on the jet skis, if you're a professional detailer, you can get this cool little 1-inch, 3-inch polisher. It's a little mini polisher. Max Shine actually sent it out to me about 2 weeks ago, and I was really just trying it out, and it came in really good on these jet skis.
Okay, now that was kind of subtle on the fly, but you could, I didn't mean to pause it right there like that. Basically, he says they sent him the polisher. So, okay, that's an example where product as payment as opposed to a payment, but they're like, here, try this thing, no charge. Like, I don't really object too much to companies who send product out to people in the hopes they try them. Where it becomes more of a sticky situation is when, yeah, you have somebody who literally gets some kind of like actual deal in lieu of showing it in a given video. Then it becomes more of a question of whether they actually believe in it or they support it, or if they're just, you know, getting a paycheck. In this case, I sent it to him and he felt like using it. Perhaps he felt obligated to use it, but if what he says is true, then he was simply sent it. Then obviously he wanted to try it out. Okay, fine. So yeah, I just, you know, when it comes to people like getting all upset at, oh, this person's a paid reviewer or whatever, it's like, pay attention to the words they use. And, you know, there's context clues. So I would definitely pay attention to that kind of stuff. just to kind of get a better idea rather than immediately jumping in full skeptic or full, defense. So yeah, give people a chance to show themselves for what they really are doing. And hello, G Davis. Hello, Dane and friends. Welcome. Glad to see you here.
It's probably not worth the investment if you're a
G, we're detailing some watercraft. I figured you wouldn't mind. This is how we're going to start today's program. We'll get to some car stuff too, but I actually have an interesting one that has nothing to do with cars or jet skis that I want to show after this.
DIY guy.
And also, by the way, if you haven't, please, if you know of any good videos, TikToks, whatever, that are detailing related, pop them in the chat. Go ahead and share amongst yourselves. And if it looks interesting enough, I'll go ahead and throw it into my Dane's Detailing Reaction Farm playlist. And it could either get played tonight or it could get played on another night when I'm doing this kind of thing.
But if you're a boat detailing company and you do a lot of jet skis, go ahead, get you a mini polisher. It really made a big difference. So after we're done with the burnout, we're pretty much done at this point. We're cleaned up our mess, and now we're going to do our Shine Supply clutch. Clutch is going to be our main form of protection. So we have a little bit of SiO2 from the burnout, and now we have a really thick layer of SiO2 with the clutch. The clutch is a great product for jet skis and boats, but it's really good on jet skis because it can go over everything and give everything protection. So we're going over the seat cushions to give this one seat vinyl protection. All of the plastics, you can go over all your plastics with it. It's going to protect it. It's going to shine it. And the best part is you can go over all your gel coat, spray it on the jet ski, and I'll wipe it in real thick. And I'm putting a decent amount on there, and I'm really working it in. And then I'll kind of like let it dry for like, 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, something like that, until it kind of hazes up. And then I come back at the end with another product and just take it off real fast. And it leaves the jet skis looking absolutely amazing. It just leaves a really nice gloss on the jet skis. It leaves them protected, and it's quick and simple. And that's the best part. So if you're going to maintain your jet skis from here on out,
obviously this video is fine and all, like so far so good, but I am really enjoying these comments you guys are putting out there. Really helpful. Glad to see you guys giving each other good advice, because while I can definitely give some advice and I definitely know my way around the marketing and product side of stuff, it's always good to get an opinion from somebody who actually uses this stuff every day. So you guys know best. So yeah, if you got things to recommend to each other, have at it. Talk. Figure it out, and then we can watch some cool videos in the meantime. But thanks. I really like having a constructive community. It's nice.
All you need to do is once a month, go out there, rinse them off with some fresh water, dry them off, and then just hit them with another layer of clutch. It's super, super simple. Shine Supply Clutch is an absolutely amazing product that's going to go over the entire jet ski, top to bottom, seats, cushions, plastics, you name it, the screens, get everything nice and protected.
Well, and I assume, like, okay, just from a making YouTube videos for detailing kind of thing again, notice he's really done a good job of including the product up on screen, whatever's relevant to what he's using for that particular moment. He makes sure to have it shown in a graphic with its name and then what the bottle looks like. That's very helpful, for a particular kind of person, especially someone who's going to want to operate by putting up affiliate links in their description, that kind of stuff. I get comments all the time like, well, what product were you using at this timestamp? And, you can go back and tell people, but if you can also have it shown, that helps a lot of people who may be afraid to write a comment. I know that sounds funny, but there are people like that out there. So if you're somebody who not only, wants to run a detailing business, but feels like, oh, I'm going to make some videos too. Yes, it can come off a little sales pitchy, but at the same time, if you're straightforward and honest about it, then, more power to you if that's the way you want to go. It's a conscious decision, though, because once you do start doing that, you do kind of invite that criticism of, oh, you're trying to sell me products or whatever. which I do laugh when I read comments at my day job where I work for a company who does sell detailing products, and you'll get these comments from people like, oh, this video, it feels like you're just trying to sell products and stuff. It's like, well, we tried to have fun, but yes, we're also trying to sell products. That's not a new thing. Did you see that there's literally company written in the name? But we really do try and be transparent. I just think by virtue of being called a company, it should be implied, like, to everybody with two brain cells to rub together. They should be able to figure that much out. But at the same time, I also think we're incredibly transparent, and we really do our best to actually put the best foot forward and not lead people wrong. Like, when you try stuff that we say, hey, this is good, there's usually a reason. And when we go against the grain and everybody's saying, no, this other product's better, they just keep recommending that other one because of XYZ, whatever bullshit reason they want to complain about. If we're pushing hard for a different thing, there's usually a chance it's because we did try the other thing and we still found that for our purposes, we actually preferred the inferior older product for whatever reason. Maybe there's a reason for that. Usually when it comes to us, there really is a reason. So, once again, buyer beware.
Once we're done with our clutch, we're just going to take a little bit of Shine Supply Punch It. It's another SiO2 spray, but it'll help kind of get off the residue of the clutch. You don't need this product at all. This was just an extra step I did just because I just found that the Punch It puts a really nice slicked off, nice silica surface, and it's just going to make these things water.
G Davis,
crazy.
comment section is sometimes like Darwin's waiting room. My God, yes.
The residue off from the clutch, that the clutch is now cured. We're just wiping it off and giving these things a nice shine. These things came out absolutely amazing. Super fun job. Let's go. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you got any value out of today, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification. So every time we make a video, it will pop up. And like always, all of the products that we talked about and the kit for the jet ski kit will be in the description section down below. If you click those links, it does support the channel. So we appreciate.
Yeah, so if we look, these are probably going to be Amazon affiliate links. Guess. Well, those actually go to Detail Supply. Okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, they weren't Amazon affiliate links. I was totally expecting that, but okay. So you get yourself personal watercraft detailing advice. Wonderful. Okay, well, Drake's Detailing, that wasn't too bad. Gave you a like there. Thanks for the video. All right, moving down the line, I am going to kick us over to yet another vid from my Dane's Detailing Reaction Farm playlist. Home for all the detailing videos that I feel like watching, which I'm constantly adding and removing stuff from, which, by the way, I need to remove that video from it because I've watched it now. All right. Moving back up the list. I don't think anyone has tried more product lines than Jamie the Cleaner. Yes, that is actually true. I bet Jamie the Cleaner has tried about as many product lines as any one person can try. Although, I know that it's a competitive field and there are a lot of people out there who insist they've tried more. Maybe true. Whatever. Couldn't imagine wading through the waist-deep crap in the YouTube comment sections without responding to every ignorant moron. CJ, I go to sleep at night with some comments still floating on my brain. They haunt me, and I hate it, and yet can't stop. I have to go look. They always say, never read the comment section, but I can't help it. I just like doing it, and it's terrible. You shouldn't. You should listen to the people who say, don't read the comment section, but sometimes You have to if you want to reply to people. Jamie can pass any drug test, I'm sure. Gorilla Piss. Tell you what, I'm going to kick us over to something most people here can relate to. What if we watch somebody detail an iPhone? Just like cleaning out a smartphone. I bet it's going to be gross. Okay, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Thank you for that. Let's take a look at this thing. This is on Insider. Okay.
Hi, my name is Julius Kavackas, and I'm gonna show you how I clean every opening of an iPhone.
That is disgusting.
Well, usually the charging port gathers the biggest amount of dust and pocket lint because it's just kind of the deepest opening and whatever.
That is way too much hair in there. That is, oof. Yeah, I figured this would be kind of a fun counter to the usual detailing programming. We would watch somebody detail an extremely tiny phone. Maybe it's satisfying. Maybe it makes you want to puke. But either way, I normally don't like gross out videos like that. Some people are into that pimple popping videos. Those are disgusting. I don't want to be anywhere near that. But I do find this kind of fascinating. Like, it's gross, but it is satisfying. Sort of like pressure washer, you know, detailing for people who want to pressure wash like a driveway or a house or windows or something. Yeah, that's always interesting. Did you ever watch Linus Tech Tips try and ceramic coat his phone? I've not seen that. Do you have a link to that? That sounds kind of fun.
Whatever gets in there, it gets packed with the charger every time you plug it in. So in charging ports, it would usually be pocket lint and dust. Sometimes cookie crumbs or I don't know, pizza crumbs.
Ugh.
Normal ringer.
Oh no, don't do that. I didn't mean to do that.
Whatever gets in there, it gets packed with the charger every time.
I meant to pause because I was wondering, like, okay, that is something I've experienced with a phone charger. Is just, yeah, you get like pocket lint and stuff in there and then it doesn't want to charge. But I've always been leery to poke any kind of Ivan Drago clean smartphone. I've always been leery to put any kind of like sharp metal objects in there just because I'm afraid you might damage something. And smartphones are incredibly expensive these days. It's not really something you want to fuck up.
When you plug it in. So in charging ports, it would
yeah, you probably have a warranty, but I have to imagine you're not really following it if you're scooping it out with like super sharp metal instruments. And again, maybe they don't care. I don't know. This is definitely like an older phone, though. So gross. This one's real grody.
Over the time, you would start getting issues charging. Later on, you have to keep the...
Okay, it's got a home button. It is older.
To get the phone to charge. The process of cleaning charging ports is very simple. I use a dental pick, same kind of thing that...
Yeah, no, like the 600-pound life. Yeah, no, this actually probably, that's a good comparison to belly button lint on morbidly obese people on a TLC reality show. I can see that. I can see that.
Dentists use goes at an angle. So when I look...
Dan, that makes me very sad. I mean, I say that, and you know, I'm hardly someone to call anybody else fat. I mean, I weigh 270 some odd pounds and I'm only 5'8". So yeah, I could stand to lose a few for sure. And, you know, bad habits catch up with you. But a lot of it was just a change in my day-to-day, you know, behavior when I found myself sitting at a desk more often and editing and doing less like packing and moving stuff. It's funny, but it catches up with you after a while. You just don't even notice it's happening. You notice, oh, I got a little paunch on the belly, and then next thing you know, I got a freaking tankard built in the front, which sucks. It's not fun. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it as much as people don't enjoy looking at it. But yeah, I fully recognize that I need to do something about it. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting derailed.
Through the microscope, I can still see inside the port when the dental pick is there. The charging is back to normal. It's when you plug in the charging cable, you can feel and hear like a nice click.
It is a satisfying click. Oh god, these ones are so gross.
It would usually be skin or something and very similar
It's
to
so
earwax.
greasy.
So
It just
the
looks like
left
somebody
is just a
took
microphone.
earwax and
On the
Vaseline
right
and
is
smushed it
your
in there.
microphone.
Yeah, I can't eat my ramen while watching this. That is no bueno. Like, I've seen worse things that don't gross me out as much as this.
Short brush, I'm gonna try to just break down whatever is in there in the speaker mesh, and
Yeah.
then I use just a regular vacuum cleaner to suck the rest of the liquid.
Well, yeah, it's
out.
better to have it sucked out rather than blowing it further
Well,
into
on
the
mute switch,
orifices. That's no
yeah,
good.
It usually be dust and maybe moisture, kind of, as well some skin grease or hand cream, something like that, getting in there.
Oh, that's so
And the
much
vacuum
stuff. Why is there so much of
yeah,
it?
I often see
Oh.
mute switches not working, stuck in hopefully in like a
I'm sorry,
normal
Dan.
mode, not in a silent one. Customers
For those who didn't notice, Dan went to audio only until we're done with this clip. I hear you, man. I believe it. I just figured this would be interesting for some detailers to watch, but I'm suffering through it so that hopefully some detailers can enjoy it. I don't know if I'm particularly enjoying it. Gee, you're absolutely right. I think this phone belonged to Bigfoot.
never really asked to repair their mute switch.
Yeah,
Even
these are
though
some
it
old
doesn't
ass
work,
iPhones,
it's
though.
stuck in one position. I'm not sure whether they don't
This is
use
like,
it or they're happy as it is, but they are happy.
I don't know, iPhone 5,
it's fixed.
maybe a
I use the
3G.
same dental pick and the little brush and alcohol, but really
And detailers, why do we like to use alcohol? Because it flashes off quickly. It doesn't stay too moist on the surface for too long. Also, I said the word moist. Yeah.
that's the safest one to clean. So if somebody needs to clean this at home, just use a short brush. Toothbrush would do, and
Oh, that was like
just brush it
instantaneous.
and it should be perfect.
Either Bigfoot or Honey Boo Boo's mother's phone. Ugh.
Yeah, so in the earpiece, it would usually be skin oils mixed with dust or makeup.
Hang in there, guys. There's only a minute left to this, but this is... Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, God, it's so yellow.
End up in this
Oh.
state where you just have to use hands-free or earphones to actually make a call. So to clean an earpiece, I use just a short brush, drop off.
Why am I reacting like this to it? I don't get it. It's just nasty to think about.
Alcohol on the speaker grill and just kind of break everything down with the brush and try to remove everything what's left.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It is fascinating. It's cool to see the before and after, but
makes a huge difference.
oh, that was gross before. This part's not as bad, but you see how scuffed up that surface looked when he was done? Holy hell.
Customers can't believe that they're like regular people phones. They can't imagine who would be able to use it like that. But they are regular
I don't know how much better that really is.
people with phones. Like every other phone is like this, you know. So the owner of the phone,
I mean, it's kind of like looking at like buy here, pay here lots cars for sale in the front, the ones that are like real rough, you know, the ones I'm talking about. This is basically the after results, is just when somebody hoses one of those down. Yeah, it was shitty before. It's still shit, but, you know, shiny shit.
They do have their own life, they do have their own problems, and you know, there are more bigger problems on people's lives than their phones, you know.
Whew. Okay, that was way harder to watch than I thought it would be. Okay, I got Flax here.
If you're into the automotive scene at all, you may have heard.
Yes, Linus, I have heard. Go on. First, I'm going to add both of these. Tinkering. Okay. I am going to throw this. Ooh, that is interesting, though. I am going to add that to my playlist. Got car stuff, detailing, mainstream, niche interests. So that's going to go into my detailing folder and the watch later. All right. I will close now. This one, just in case I lose it or something happens. Nice Okay, this is our next one. We'll watch this. Linus ceramic coating a smartphone.
Heard of these newfangled ceramic coatings, these seemingly magical paint protectants that are claimed by some to make it so that you never have to wash your car again, and so that water beads right off. You'll also see these coatings advertised as having 9H hardness.
Oh God,
which makes
here we
it
go.
sound like they would make whatever you apply them to a lot more scratch resistant. Now, my first assumption was that this has to be just snake oil, but what the, it's ridiculous. But after doing some research, there appears to be some truth to it. After this magic coating is applied and given time to cure, it creates a semi-permanent layer that is bonded to the top of the paint that fills in any pores, making the surface very smooth. With the pores filled in, there's way less surface area for dirt.
It's so true, CJ. She's straight garbage, but with 2K down and 150 a week, she can be your garbage. Yeah, the a week was a really good and accurate touch that makes me sad even thinking about.
Dirt and water to cling to, and as a result, the dirt and the water just fall or bead off. Now, it might not make it so you never have to wash
Well, you shouldn't be
your car
doing
again,
that in public.
but it will at least help it stay clean longer, which is all fine and good, but this is a tech channel, not a car channel. So, we wanted to see
Today
if
I
you can
learned.
take this protectant, which is typically used for cars, and use it to protect your smartphone from small scratches,
Pretty sure that looked like an Avalon King.
fingerprints,
Box.
and, well, not water. It's still got holes in it where the water can get in, but at least those other things. And this video is brought to you guys by iFixit. The iFixit Mahi driver kit includes their 1/4-inch aluminum screwdriver handle with a magnetic bit socket, knurled grip, and swivel top, and 48 driver bits. Check it out at the link in the video description. We bought this kit online, and theoretically it has everything that we need to apply it ourselves. So on a car, what you would normally do is a complete paint correction to remove any dirt and contamination that was already present in the car's paint so that the coating would properly
Thanks, G.
adhere and
Davis.
not lock any dirt underneath it. For us, that can basically be achieved by wiping down a phone with a
Okay, don't rub it too hard, man. Jeez. Don't scratch it.
microfiber cloth and some alcohol. Should get some
Linus, just ask. We'll give you lens cloths.
alcohol. Where's the alcohol? Okay, that's better. Just so you guys know, we're using a Xiaomi Mi 8 just because we happened to have one lying around. It does not have an integrated screen protector, but it does.
Yoshi, that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it, because all I could think of were all the other videos where somebody did an Avalon King sponsored coding video. Like sometimes I would see it and I'd be like, all right, dude, get the bag. Like I think I saw like Freddie and Tavares do it and stuff, which I actually know Freddie personally. He's actually a really cool guy. Very business savvy though. So yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, sometimes you see it and you're just like,
Use Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so this should be pretty representative of the type of glass that you've got on your device if you have something reasonably modern. Now, it's a
Jamie
lot of stuff. A little
did all that
microfiber
research
cloth, you
and he
got
bought the
more
worst.
chamois type thing. So you apparently go like this, and you clean your little, do your little cleaning thing. Look, it's a phone. It's smooth already. It should be fine. I'm gonna put the gloves on, okay?
You gotta have a clear surface before you apply coating, otherwise it won't stick. Even the worst coatings, if they're actually coatings, should still do the bare minimum.
Yep, I'm swimming in it. This is the applicator cloth. Yes. Oh, well, why am I using that to clean it? Dang it, Jake.
Well, now that you've tainted it,
All right, I will follow the instructions. Wow. How to apply. Optimal method, wash, clay bar, polish, IPA wipe. Simple method, wash, IPA wipe. Okay, well, we got that down. Before we put it on, I want to talk about our methodology. My goal is to only destroy one phone in this process.
it's funny you should say that, Jamie. Might as well have bought one off Wish.com, because after this, I am going to watch that Donut Media video where they buy detailing products off of Wish.com. You've just determined what my next video will be. You're welcome.
So what I'm going to be doing is applying the ceramic coating to half of the screen and half of the back. Then I'm gonna leave it to cure for 24 hours and come back at it with Ah, yes. Jerry Rig Everything fans rejoice. We finally got one of these Mohs hardness test kits so that we too can talk about...
Oh, this'll go well.
Scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7.
You guys know the drill. So,
Jerry Rig Everything is one of those guys you can clearly tell loves the sound of his own voice, but at the same time, he does a pretty good job presenting stuff, and he's very smart, you can tell, but yeah, no, definitely loves the sound of his own voice.
Basically, the way Mohs scale of hardness works is the harder materials, so the ones with higher numbers, should scratch the softer materials, so the ones with lower numbers, and the softer ones should not scratch the harder ones. And so they've got all these different things in here, and then they've actually got this handy dandy little scale that shows which materials my picks should be able to scratch and which ones they shouldn't. Diamond comes in at a hardness of 10, so that is the maximum according to Mohs hardness scale. And if the specs on this...
Black, that sounds like a fun video. Over at Cardcraft, isn't his name Sandro, I want to say? I've watched a few of his videos before. He's an interesting guy, but yeah, no, if he uses hardware store detailing products, I'd be curious about that.
Ceramic.
I may not necessarily watch it this time around, especially since you like just watched it, but you know, we'll put it in the list for later. Maybe when people have a chance to kind of forget.
Coating are to be believed, it would be nearly as tough as diamond. That would be very impressive given that Gorilla Glass 3 is estimated to be somewhere in the 5.5 to 6.5 range. I remember we got this test.
Old school rotary phone? Yeah, that would be interesting.
Grade 5 or 6, and the first question on the exam was, read through the entire exam before you begin. And then it was just a normal exam. And then the last question was, good job, you read through the entire exam before you started. Do not fill out any of the other questions. Just turn it in blank. And it was like a test on following instructions.
Did you pass?
I did, actually. Turns out I can do it, I just don't. Okay, wipe a thin layer across the car surface. Dang it!
So I'll go ahead and add this video, but I'm not going to watch it right now. I'm simply adding it to queue. Detailing. Okay. Go back to it.
I should have read the whole instructions before I started.
You should have.
All right. Okay. Okay.
It's got the menu open while he's doing it, but it's like psychotic. It's actually moving. You might accidentally call someone while you got fresh coating sitting on the surface.
Stuff stinks. I don't know how to get around the
Oh.
camera. Why did we accept this as consumers? Let the coating sit, then remove the residue by lightly buffing with a microfiber towel. Yeah, I can definitely see the excess coming up. I wonder how this differs from the nano coating screen protector that we dragged behind my motorbike a number of years ago. That stuff worked really well though. I was very impressed, so maybe I'll be impressed tomorrow. Yeah, of course, the sales materials are different from the manual. The longer it stays dry, the better, as it will continue to cure. Allow at least 48 hours for initial drying and avoid water, rain, or snow on the car. We don't recommend that you wash or expose the car to water for 4 to 7 days afterwards.
Oh, no problem. I just won't use my phone for that entire time. I'm sure nothing important will happen between now and then.
Like there's kind of a line there, but I also am trying not to buff over the line because I don't want to carry material onto the part that I want to use as my control, so it's hard to tell. Okay.
Oh, God.
I knew this would come in handy for something
That
someday.
looks scuffed.
Okay, so I'm just putting that there so that it doesn't accidentally touch
Okay, that just looks like a giant golden butt plug.
anything while it's drying. Having waited the requisite
If you've watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, you will laugh.
day, I am now ready to tinker with this. So let's see if it behaves any differently on the regular glass versus the coated glass. Just wanting a few drops here. You know what? More drops. Let's spread these drops out a bit. Should be fine. Okay, so what I want to see is if they're any more beaded on the coated part versus on the non-coated part. Bear in mind, of course, guys, that most smartphones have oleophobic coatings on them already, so I'm not really expecting a difference here. Very interesting. So while they seem to be behaving similarly, when it actually comes time to pour it off, it does pour off more easily. Let's see
It's
if
a
we
small
make the same
difference,
observation on the back.
but I guess it's there.
Oh, the back is quite curved, so. Again, very similar looking behavior. This is the coated side, but it's time to tip it. Oh, interesting. It actually came off less easily. Now I'm gonna use my greasy fingerprints
I'm starting to think this is bullshit.
to grease up the phone. I don't notice any appreciable difference in readability. Wait, is this thing dead? Oh, damn it. I can't say I notice any appreciable difference in image clarity with the screen on, but a lot of the time what separates the good from the bad when it comes to screen coatings is how easy it is to wipe off grease. So we'll try to wipe that side, take a clean part of the cloth, try to wipe that side. Wow, that's really similar. Okay, let's try my microfiber. I'll wipe a little bit harder this time. Okay, that came pretty clean. That also came pretty clean. I wouldn't say that
looks so
there's
scuffed.
a huge difference here. All right, let's try and create a bit more of a controlled test here then. So let's put
Same, Yoshi, same.
4 fingerprints. 4 fingerprints. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna go wipe. Okay, so a little bit remains. I'm gonna go wipe. Quite a lot remains. Wipe. It's gone. Interesting. I'd say it's about 3 wipes to 6 to 8 on the non-coated side. Very cool. All right, let's pull something similar on the back here then. 4, 5, oh boy, 6, 7, doesn't seem to be helping that much here. 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would say that is quite a similar result. Let's bring out the picks now then, shall we? Start with the back. I need a different kind of marker, but I can read it well enough.
Thanks, Dan.
It's usable. No scratch whatsoever from the 5 pick. Here I'm expecting there's no way it's gonna hold up to this. Yep, faint scratches. Can you see them? Can you see them? Now you can see them?
No, I can't. That's worse.
Oh,
Need to get a light that catches it from the
should be 3
side.
lines here.
Sir, you need a scan grip light. Sir.
Can you see them?
I don't see them.
Oh, that's hard to see. Okay, well, let's not worry about it then. And then pick 7 scratches very easily. Okay. I mean, I don't know, what, do we go for overkill at this point?
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, well, if 7 scratches, then 8 obviously will. Now, for the ceramic coated side. 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. So the reason I'm retesting 4
yeah, Jamie, I feel you. This is painful.
is that I want to make sure that the ceramic coating itself won't show surface scratches or imperfections. And
Oh my God, CJ, you're totally right. If he hasn't lit it on fire yet, how can we know it's a real coating?
so far it doesn't. 6. This is where the ceramic coating could separate itself.
I'm just scrolling ahead to make sure he doesn't actually try setting it on fire at any
Time for
point.
number 7.
Okay, here there's apparently a
The
replayable
ceramic coating.
moment.
It doesn't surprise me to note that, yes, in fact, it is indiscernible. And there is one more thing I wanted to try. Ow! Oh, I just stabbed myself with a pin removal tool. So I'm gonna take a couple of keys that are made of different materials. I'm just gonna kind of like try to scuff and scratch the bottom of the screen here. The materials, both of these keys seem soft enough that this is not making any difference at all. So then with no improvement to scratch resistance, the only selling point for a phone is the ever so slight improvement to liquid beading and repelling characteristics of, in our case, the front glass and the slight improvement that we noted in cleanability. Although, yeah, particularly that last one, I guess there's something to be said for that, especially because it's not particularly expensive. This is like a many lifetime supply if all you're ever using it for is a phone.
Yeah, because it was meant for a car.
Speaking of things you're using things for, if you use Wi-Fi,
Love those transitions. Nice. Okay, I think we're done with that one. Good Lord. Nice. All right, so I am going to pop back over to my playlist and... Is it? Yes, testingwish.com, detailing products. Some of you may have seen this video. I actually haven't. Donut Media can kind of throw people one way or the other. I happen to like certain ones of their series. Like, I always used to love Up to Speed and stuff like that, but I've been a little leery about their, like, Wish.com. I'm trying to think. It kind of just feels a little low effort compared to their other stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's find out together, though, huh? All right.
Are you prepared to get wet? Oh no!
Broke the seal.
It was too good to be true. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Car detailing stuff can get pretty expensive, but luckily there is a little website called Wish.com where you can get that stuff for dirt cheap. Today we have spent literally dozens of dollars on Wish.com car cleaning supplies, and we're finally gonna deep clean our race car Jetta. I'm joined by best car cleaner at Donut Media, Zach Jobe. I'm James, and this is the show.
No, CJ, you're absolutely right. Chemicals from Wish makes me think you're about to encounter some seriously unsafe chemicals. Yeah. I think that they probably don't come with any kind of SDS sheets or anything like that. Where
we put random car crap on trial, aka
D-List. Big thank you to Omaze for sponsoring today's video. Looks like today's your lucky day, Buster, because Omaze...
Yeah, Dan, it differs from video to video, but I definitely know what you're saying there.
It's the All Within My Hands Foundation.
Oh, God.
It's the fuel, not positive AMG G today. Now let's get these nice people back to the show.
Now, to effectively test these products, we've been keeping the Jetta extra dirty for the past year.
For reference, Donut Media was, I believe, bought up by like some kind of investment group or venture capital thing like a year ago. So if you notice like a difference in the quality of the videos, there's definitely, yeah, you can kind of see it in places.
That's right. It's been on purpose. One of the most popular cruds that infest an
Naptime spray commercial. Oh God.
Dirt and dust.
It is a popular crud. You're right.
How do you
Yeah, Jamie, we're about to find out how many different unique labels people can come up with for WD-40.
fix those with a vacuum? Today we're going to test out the upgraded Mini 7000 PA 120 watt Super.
Dan, honestly, nice try getting me to talk about Wednesday's reveal from my day job, but with the stuff involved with what we're going to reveal on Wednesday, I think it's at the level where Linus actually would possibly be interested in that kind of thing. So I don't know.
Suction car vacuum cleaner, handheld dry dual use vacuum cleaner.
Oh God, these Amazon style titles kill me.
The old 12
That just looks like a penis pump.
Nice length on that cord.
I know.
I've seen Austin Powers. I know what that is.
Like a goose.
It does.
First, let's get rid of all the crud on the seats. We're going to test our vacuum.
There are literal piles of crud on the seats.
And no, CJ, no pre-orders, but people looking for some seriously kick-ass coatings, just pay attention.
If we can do something about that. When you work on cars, you get a lot of crud on your butt, and that
real
that
ones, not crappy ones
seats, and that's what we've got
that wind up on a phone or don't change the water behavior that much.
Very strong. So in the ad, it literally showed it picking up an iPhone. So let's see
3 iPhones, which they for some reason like rubber banded. Those look like zip ties.
if it'll pick up an iPhone as advertised.
Yeah! That's some iPhone suction power.
You know that only works because the surface is basically totally flat, right?
The sound is grating. I mean, this is like pretty good. How much was this? 20 bucks? This might be the best Wish product we've ever had. All right, so it's not getting all of the stuff that's like really baked into the seats.
Yeah. But I could see, you know, if you spent a lot of time on it, you'd probably be able to get a little bit more done.
Honestly,
yeah.
This is like the first Wish product we've tested where I'm like, yeah, get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach, we got all the crud off of the car, but there's some places that crud likes to hide that a vacuum just can't get to.
What do you do?
Well, Zach, you buy the Car Wash Microfiber Car Cleaning Brush for air conditioning.
Oh God, these freaking titles. Oh my God.
Car care detailing.
Oh, 2-pack?
Yeah.
Oh, so it looks like it's got some fingers to go in the vents of your air conditioner.
No, like these things were available from a number of factories that I would see out there, just like you'd see stuff popping up on Alibaba and stuff. But I remember like when early days of my day job, I remember going through boxes and finding like not these, but like the little trifold side for like doing blinds. They would sell them for, you know, like blinds on a window. And they were actually pretty decent for that, but they had these little microfiber slip covers. But they were just kind of like whatever product. They weren't unique like the towels were, because you know, there was somebody out there like making these cheap little 3-prong deals. But for what they were, they did the trick. The problem was, yeah, if you didn't have a replacement sleeve to slip back on it when you're done, it just kind of rendered it, you know, not great. And the microfiber on it was so-so. It was decent, but it wasn't like great.
It's a 2-pack. Thug Life.
Let's see what we've got here. So obviously this has 3 little prongs kind of.
Yeah, this one looks crappier than the ones that I remember seeing in our setup.
To go in between these lines in the vent, do a little number like this. The problem is that, you know, you got that there.
To me, this is sort of like a as seen on TV type of product where it's like, it's a brush in a different shape.
Exactly.
And I don't need
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. Now that said, like there are detailing tools like this that are more useful, and I will say the brush end of this is nice for getting into all.
You were gonna scratch the shit out of your dashboard, but I realize I'm saying that when I'm looking at the interior of Mark III Jetta. It's not really a lot to say there. Those plastics are already cheap.
Sorts of areas like cleaning out this little wheel here and just cracks and crannies. A brush is going to be super handy. But as far as this end goes, where it's made to clean vents, I would just use a microfiber. So the question is whether or not this is a scam or a slam. And I'd honestly put it kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a brush.
So we don't only have crud
It's
on
okay.
our vents and
Not
all
really.
over the car. We got them on our seats too.
A lot of crud.
So we bought the car interior cleaning,
Oh, no.
decontamination, fabric cleaning.
This looks
Clean
horrible.
Autofoam dry cleaner kit.
$6.
Yeah, so you just like spray this stuff on.
This looks like one of those memes. Why would you do that? I mean, unless the foam is really, really, really dry, you're just asking for problems. Especially, might I add, in an early to mid 90s German Volkswagen product. I mean, German and Volkswagen are redundant, but you get what I'm saying, right? Those Jettas and Golfs, the Mark IIIs in particular, prone to some particular electrical issues, if I recall.
Everything.
On your whole interior.
Oh my God.
What's in the hand there? Is that a magic eraser? Oh.
Oh,
I hate how that feels.
that looks like
I bet
foamy
this will
hand
clean stuff up.
sanitizer.
Honestly, mostly because of this.
Caution, if getting eyes, please wash with plenty of water.
Or go to hospital.
All right, so we have some stains up here on our headliner.
Oh no, you're gonna try to do the headliner with Oh no! Those headliners are famously prone to
This car's lived a hard life. Let's see if this awful
Also, anybody who's been in one knows that like German cars from the 80s and 90s, their headliners, if left to their own devices, smell like crayons.
sponge that feels really bad to the touch, and the spray can clean it up. So like
I could see this working pretty well on the dash, like a hard surface, but like a cloth type of surface, I don't know.
well, they advertised headliner.
Yeah, I mean,
The foam underneath is already roached. Fair.
good catch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god, and that sponge, isn't that just like a knockoff magic eraser? It's just gonna torture this thing.
I think it's working, but I don't know how much better it's working than just like
Reconsidering Dane's detailing knowledge, in what way? What did I say wrong, Dan?
a sponge in water.
Right.
I would not.
Working on a headliner, I take Levi's advice. I would avoid doing anything that could potentially cause saggy headliners, such as chemicals that could potentially eat up the actual adhesive that's used to hold the headliner up against the underside of the roof. You don't want that coming down.
Endorse this.
Hey, it's Alex. Welcome, Alex. Thanks for jumping in. No PPE after reading that warning? Wonderful. Yeah, no, that's just how it rolls. Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, if you know anybody who's like, you know, into this kind of stuff, or car stuff, or aviation, or architecture, or even city planning, all that stuff, which you may have seen this weekend. I'm trying to grow this whole streaming thing. So if you know somebody who would also be into this and you want to just tell them, hey, there's this guy I know, he's all right, you should watch him, I would really appreciate that. And if you don't do that, well, that's fine too. But I'm trying to hit 50 followers because apparently Twitch does something like bumps me up a rating or a class or something if I can do that. I've met all of the other requirements, but I'm only at 35 followers right now, so I got to bump that up to 50. Just a heads up, just letting you know.
This product, don't buy it.
Yep. Scam.
Scam. And the
It's
last
junk.
stage of detailing the interior of your car is, of course, getting those windows nice and clear so you can see
Oh,
out.
thanks, Dan.
For this, we have kind of a two-part.
And thanks, Spirited
approach.
Hunter.
We have
Sharing
the
is caring.
Car, window, windshield, windscreen, wiper cleaning, wash
Oh my
brush,
god, these
vehicle
titles
care
again.
tool. Oh,
Wow,
this is
and that's not
disappointing.
nearly as big as it looked.
Yeah. Look,
Okay, that is a funny thing. If you've ever actually bought something off Wish.com, half the time it'll be like a 2/3 scale or even like a 1/3 scale version of what you see in the picture. Like the proportions are all totally messed up when you see the pictures of the product in relation to something you might know the size of. Like if it's next to a banana, say. But in this case, I mean, that literally looks like it's the size of a large Costco banana.
it's way bigger in the ad.
Feels a little unnecessary.
I mean, it's like a Swiffer.
Yeah. Mini Swiffer that you don't really need.
And we also
Oh, no,
have a
Dan, I'm sorry.
40-piece
Nobody likes an itchy
multifunctional
shirt.
Effervescent spray cleaner, washing machine remover, home cleaning tablets, deodorant tablets with cleaning
Oh.
bottle, suitable for clothing stains, kitchen range, hood stains, toilet floor stains, wood polish.
Poor Pastor
etc.
had to
Yeah,
write
cleaning
these
your car
titles.
Is the etc.
So you just drop one of these tabs like an Alka-Seltzer into this. with
SEO
water
is a hell of a
and it creates
drug.
glass cleaning
And yeah, it's basically just like an Alka-Seltzer.
solution, I guess. I could see myself eating one of these. Oh yeah, look at her bubbling up.
Right
No,
there.
I mean,
that's
it's not
power.
exactly
That's
Coke
working.
and Mentos,
Yeah, just watching
but
that.
It's like satisfying.
And also, like if you have heartburn in a pinch, you could probably just pop one of these.
So to clean our windows, we're going to use our all-purpose Alka-Seltzer cleaner and our tiny little
oh god, it
Swiffer
looks
one.
so
Yeah, and I
sad.
think a hallmark of a good window cleaner is that it, evaporates kind of quickly.
Also, did somebody just take a dump and smear it on the side of the car? What the hell happened here?
Yeah.
That little tab should help it
Chicago is
evaporate. If it doesn't
F11's
evaporate
biggest
quickly, I
market.
promise.
Oh
It's
no.
Nice
bad.
spray.
CJ, well, it is mildly radioactive, so you know it works. Works at what? Giving you cancer, obviously. Also, I have to imagine, you know all those Prop 65 warnings where XYZ is known to the state of California to cause cancer, blah, 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 blah. I have to imagine virtually everything on Wish.com pretty much goes without saying we get that sticker. Then again, almost everything gets that sticker anyway.
That is a nice little spray pattern from that bottle. I see no signs of evaporation.
No, it's pretty wet on there.
Yep, that's just a wet window.
That's just
So
smearing.
this is my problem with this, is you've done one window about halfway.
Super dirty.
And it's already dirty.
Yeah, this ain't doing it for me.
Yeah, it's just water basically. I don't know what that tab's supposed to have done, but it doesn't look like it's helping the process of cleaning that glass at all.
And what is this doing for me that...
Yeah, Dan, that should be the new sticker.
Nothing actually. It's probably working worse, especially because that thing stays dirty. You only have one
Oh my
option
God.
on that microfiber.
So
These are
bad.
two awful, completely ineffective products.
Scam!
You're better off spitting on the window and doing this.
I
I've
don't
seen a
know if
guy
I
do
agree with
that.
that, but you're on the right track.
This is HGKJ Auto Engine Warehouse Cleaner.
I also love look at this 19 and look at the 50 ml. You know you're going to get font nerds, join me. You know you're about to get some good shit when you see that font. You know only good things await you on the other side of that bottle or on anything that has that font.
So instead of an engine bay,
It's an engine warehouse.
oh right.
I'm a little skeptical about the rinse-free.
I'm 100% skeptical about the rinse-free
Rinse-free
portion of
engine
this name. That doesn't
car.
make any sense.
Oh.
How does the dirt leave?
This just
Very
hurts.
tiny bottle, very concentrated, apparently. Shake well and spray on dust, oil,
Yes,
and wait
Dan,
35 minutes.
that fan.
Try not to flush with water. If so, please do it under the guidance of a professional to avoid short circuit or damage to something.
Okay, so I guess they just don't want you to rinse because, you know, it's a lie.
That may be one of the first times I've ever seen a product like that actually come with a warning where they're like, hold on, we're not going to be liable for your faulty electronics. If you spray this on your distributor cap or say you get it on some loose spark plug wire or something like that, that's on you, buddy. Not on me, on you. Besides, we don't have a contact phone number, so good luck.
Liability that you're gonna cook some electrics. Well, our engine warehouse is super dirty, so should we see if this stuff works?
Ooh, boy.
Well, when you're doing any cleaning of the engine bay, it's a good idea to disconnect your battery, even if you're not rinsing. Any good smell?
So
This product probably contains the nerve agent that they're all fighting for in The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably just soap.
Yoshi,
let's give it.
never
35
think
minutes
such a
and,
thing.
See how she wipes off.
Yeah.
All right, it's been 3 to 5 minutes. See if this stuff works. I mean, yeah, it's wiping away some dirt. Again, like you would expect soap and water to do.
Like I want something like more
Foamy.
dangerous.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I wanted to have some warning labels on it.
Right.
I mean, the fact is this engine bay is a little bit cleaner, but I think that's mostly because of our skills.
That is the
and
bare
muscles.
minimum.
Blam, 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 man. That's a scam. Next up, we have potentially the blingiest part of any car, the wheels. All right, so first up,
Oh,
another
here we go.
HGKJ product.
Ooh,
This
number
is
18.
Number 18.
It's like they numbered them, and you may be onto something for the 19 deadly chemicals. They just have all these different ones. They downloaded their font pack on LimeWire. Oh, God. Alex, I would only accept it if they had downloaded it on Kazaa.
Moving down the list.
This is car paint, wheel iron, powder.
Zoomers
auto
will have
cleaning
no idea
agent,
what
wheel
Kazaa
rim,
was.
Car cleaner, coating, supply with
Let
an
alone
ID,
LimeWire.
spot rust, tar spot remover, polishes.
For $6.
$6. We got a little kit here. So we have our spray. We have a little sponge.
See, so this is more of a Wish product. That is a mini sponge.
That is a tiny sponge.
It's just a Scotch-Brite pad that somebody decided to turn into a Twix. Or a wafer cookie.
Really? Yeah, it smells like eggs.
Oh my God, that is bad.
It's got sulfur in it.
That smells like a stink bomb.
Ah!
He sniffed it twice. That's clearly someone who sniffs his own farts.
That smells like a tunnel I was in once. All right, well, we've got a pretty dirty wheel and tire here.
Luckily, we have HGKJ Formula.
Safe for children under 3.
Oh my God, that's rant.
Oh my God, Dan. To replace the same font, which was already in the pirated copy of Microsoft Office. It's not Office because it only has one F.
It smells so bad, man. It's not worth it, like already.
I know, like
Like-
even if it cleaned well, I don't want to use a product that smells like
It
this.
smells terrible.
Oh my
And now-
God.
I mean, it's for cleaning wheels, so chances are if it smells like that, it might actually work. We'll see. Although don't be getting that on your skin, fellas. That is bad news.
It smelled terrible.
I'm glad you're using it.
Car wash
That's
stuff
right,
is
Alex.
supposed
I need
to smell
Viper chairs.
good.
Yeah.
It's supposed to smell like girl shampoo. The sponge is so small.
I know.
Your hands are filthy.
Yeah, and this is
Ugh.
not gonna clean all of our wheels.
No.
It's not like we're gonna uncover a really nice finish, but yeah, it's cleaning it.
But is it cleaning it better than a brush with soap and water?
I don't think so. And
Ay,
it
ay,
smells
ay.
1,000 times
It
worse.
smells awful.
This is a no-go for me.
Absolutely
Scam.
0%.
This is almost a prank. This is a prank product.
Not only do we want our wheels to be shiny and clean, we want our tires to be shiny and clean because nothing says class like a little bit of tire shine. So for that, we have the HGKJ 50 milliliter
Wow, they really
multi-purpose
stuck to
car
this
auto
line,
tire
didn't they?
Wheel refurbishing agent cleaner, coating, polishing, protection,
Oh my
car
God.
accessories. So it came with a sponge and it says spray this product on the tire, apply evenly with sponge and wait for drying.
Fart? Worse.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
That is like,
Honestly, that's kind of more what I wanted the engine degreaser to smell like. That smells like it's
boy.
going to do something.
so we got all the dirt off of the tire. Which is
Vipper.
shine. Let's see if HGKJ Auto Formula 22
Oh no.
shines these guys up.
Drizzle some on my little foam biscuit. We're just gonna do half the tire so we get a nice before and after.
Well, and it's good. You know, you're not wearing gloves. You're using a foam pad. It's just going to transfer whatever was on the surface right on through it, right to your ready and waiting skin on the other side. Can't wait to see how that goes.
We can see how effective this stuff is. It's a little extra foamy. I know,
mineral spirits.
Oh. But mineral spirits, I would think it would like dry it out. Yeah, this is a really greasy feeling tire shine. A lot of dirt and stuff is gonna cling to this.
Yeah, and it might end up drying out the tire a little bit in the long run because it's like Goo Gone.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, it does make our tire look a little shinier for now, but I think if you're interested in that, just get a standard tire cleaner or a tire shine.
Would not.
Yeah, save your money.
Now that our wheels and tires look as fresh as the freshest set of spree wells, it's time to move on to the most popular part of.
Well, Alex, last I checked, Lemon Pledge wasn't something for sale on Wish. However, they probably have Elmon Pledge if you look hard enough.
Any car, the exterior. And for that, we're going to start with the Type B car washer, high pressure, snow foamer, water profession, car cleaning, foam machine, washing foam master.
My favorite part's coming up.
Type A 750 milliliter snow foam lance. Type A, Type B optional.
Honestly, for 14 bucks, that looks like a lot of kit.
Oh boy.
Again, smaller than I
Small,
thought.
It's itty bitty.
All right, yeah, I mean,
It's dinky for sure.
Oh my god, look at that soap canister on the bottom. This is gonna be a recipe for disappointment.
And of course, we need soap for our brush lance cannon.
ooh, DIY.
10/5/1 pieces. Car wash
does
powder
that
car
mean?
clean
Oh god, it's a shampoo powder. Oh,
shampoo, multifunction, clean
Dragon
tools, car
fruit-
soap,
fruit
powder, windshield
pledge,
washing
yes.
accessories.
$2. Not bad.
Are there a lot of like powdered soaps?
I've only seen really powdered soaps for laundry detergent. You can powder a soap, right? So I don't see any reason this shouldn't work.
So now that we're getting into it, we're realizing
boy.
that either they didn't send us a critical piece, or much
Yup.
like international outlets, international hose fittings are slightly different. So we're gonna have to
oh
improvise.
no.
This is gonna
I
be
mean,
great.
this is like.
I mean, honestly, I've been proud of some stuff I've done, but not.
If you're a customer and your detailer rolls up with this, run away.
I feel
This
like
feels great.
I feel like we're in Apollo 13. So now that we have the hose attached, let's add our soap.
Are you prepared to get wet?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow, not bad.
Whoa!
It's leaking from the tool.
The
Not
weak
from
point
mine.
is not our seal.
Wow,
The weak point is the tool.
that is worse somehow. All that work, they sealed up everything using duct tape, and it's not the part that's leaking. Oh god.
Not us.
So yeah, just hose her down like that. We'll let it soak.
Powdered
Start at
soap,
the
the
top,
way of the future,
and then we'll hit it
bruh.
with the brush.
Gotta
I'm
get you
not
some of that powdered soap,
mad at
bruh.
This. Okay.
Oh
We
no!
broke the seal.
Which one? Oh, our good one?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
too
there
good to
it
be
goes.
true. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get in on it.
Oh
Oh,
no.
geez, thanks, James. Just what I was waiting for.
It like literally sprays directly on your
Thanks, Dan.
It's ridiculous.
Oh no.
So, and now,
perfectly.
I'm not
Makes
sure.
it look like you peed your pants.
I'm just
Watch
gonna
out,
pee my
folks.
pants soon.
Borax is
It's like we
getting
designed
into
it
the
to do that.
game.
Okay, so this isn't exactly the tool's fault. We definitely don't have the correct connection. But I will say, in terms of the usability of the tool, the placement of the soap
my God, that's
dispenser or
so
the soap
true.
Container is really annoying. This sucks in several ways. This paint job is worth more than this crappy tool.
All right, Job, what's the verdict on the brush?
Scam!
He holds it as it's spraying everywhere. Looks like they got a real squirter on their hands. Yes, and on their pants, and their shirts, and the car.
And of course, once you're done washing the car, you don't want any pesky water spots.
No,
So
no,
you
wouldn't
need to
want that.
invest in a quality chamois. And for that, we got an extra large, soft microfiber cleaning auto car
Oh, Yoshi.
detailing
Oh,
cloths
no.
wash towel duster. Now, just based
Oh,
on this
no.
picture,
Okay, either this woman is incredibly tiny, or this towel is going to be the worst quality you have ever seen. 160 by 60 centimeters. Probably not going to be as impressive as you think it is. Sizing issues, let's go.
This car and this lady are either very small
Yeah, see?
or we have been misled.
It is
Again,
also
you can see
see-through.
straight through it.
Uh-huh.
You don't need to peel back the curtain. You can see through it.
All right, now that we've washed this hog, of course we got to dry it. So I've got my massive.
Alex, if you want to take back that eagle comment, that eagle blanket comment, if that's an eagle blanket, what is this? An eagle blanket for ants? Yes.
See-through sunshade. I mean, it's drying it decently. It's not the most absorbent microfiber I've ever used, but there is admittedly a lot of it here, so it is doing a decent job.
It's like a towel.
Things are pretty dry. Paint still feels terrible.
Now, normally at this point,
I'm going to guess that thing was like 90 to 100% polyester. Probably.
you would use a polishing compound on your car, but we don't need to because we have a $9 product that will not only remove all scratches, but will protect it in the future. It's Practical Car Scratch Repair Nano Spray Ceramic.
Okay, you see the spray head on that bottle? Those are the worst. In every imaginable way. Did they leak? Yes. Do they break? Yes. Do they suck to hold? Yes. All of the above.
Coating car paint sealant removes any scratch and mark.
Any scratch?
And mark.
But we've got plenty of scratches and marks.
I hate
All right,
those
let's try 'em out.
sprayers
Now, there's
so
no
much.
instructions on this other than do not eat. So I'm going to follow those to the T.
It leaves us a lot of.
Sorry, yeah. It says it'll remove any scratch or mark. These are a few that we couldn't get out with the tennis ball hack a couple videos ago. So, I mean, this thing claims to remove all scratches. These are scratches.
Good luck.
Cucadalo, Truxarosa, you're going to have to show me that. Or 80s mini trucks? Oh, yeah, I think 80s mini trucks are dope, actually. Like, when they're done right, they're super cool. Is it something I would roll around in with my own money? I don't know about that, but I like the idea of them. They're fun, and it's kind of like a cool offshoot from like lowrider culture and stuff. So no, I totally get like why people enjoy those. It's a fun niche, and like I'm somebody who even looks at donks, and yeah, donks are funny and all, and yes, they're horribly impractical in their own ways, but I like when people get creative with that stuff. Let them, just let them. It's when you get the whole Pep Boys barfed on a car kind of look that that's not car culture. That's just shit.
So do we know how long we're supposed to let it sit or no?
It doesn't say. They just say do not eat.
Well, what do you think? What do you wanna
Now
do?
the chemicals are an aerosol. Totally okay.
I mean, it seems to be cleaning some of these scratches out. I mean, it does seem to be some sort of like, cleaning chemical. It's getting some of the gunk away.
So can
Yeah,
you
great
remove
before and
all
after.
the scratches from your car and ceramic coat it for $9? No, this is a total scam. This sucks.
At least it doesn't smell.
Yoshi, I will not respect all builds. Respecting all builds doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you lame.
like farts.
At least.
But hating things just because they're popular to hate on is also not cool. Have some legit reasons why you feel the way you do. I'll respect that.
It doesn't smell like farts. It's been years.
Honestly, Dan, the mini truck I'd want the most wouldn't be like a mini truck in that kind of sense, but you're right about the Square S10. But it would be a GMC. I would want a Cyclone or even a Typhoon. I would rock the shit out of one of those. I love those things. So cool. I would definitely go for one of those.
But the comment still haunts me.
More hearse purrs? Was it even possible?
Okay, this video's over. I think we've established that. So let's go back to my playlist. Also, if we learned anything from that, it's that Wish.com products are, surprise, not great. A bunch of different stuff here. What about a Repu though? Yoshi, I'm not familiar with a Repu. What's going on there? I'm not sure. Or it could support 2JZ. Ooh, yeah, that would be sick. No, Cyclones, like aesthetically, I think Cyclones are awesome. Oh, the rotary engine pickup. Oh, okay. I didn't know you call that a Repu. I thought that was, what was it? It was the one where it was like a Ford Courier, but it was the Mazda version as a rotary pickup. What was it called? Oh, it is a Repu. Okay. Yeah, no, I think those are sick. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Super cool. I think those are awesome. I've seen a few at car shows before. I honestly, like, for all the different random car knowledge I have, I did not know that those were called Repus, so it's news to me. Rotary feels a turbo that boosts the 2JZ, clearly superior. Rotary engine pickup, yep. Okay, cool. No, I like that. I really like those little guys. That are like the little Datsun pickups and stuff from the early 70s. Definitely some cool stuff there. Rotson from Roadkill, yeah. Okay, so let's look through here. The reason I keep checking my phone is because the Sea of Thieves crew, my band of merry havoc causers, if you will, are all texting and saying, when are we going to get on and sail the Seven Seas? So don't worry, we're going to do a little pirate fun later, play some Sea of Thieves, but right now I'm on a detailing stream, so that's what I'm focused on for the time being. But if you're into watching us, you know, be stupid pirates and play stupid video games because it's stupid fun, welcome to check that out after this stream is over. We'll be popping on there, and I'll run it as a stream on this channel, which is another reason you and all your friends should follow Great Dane Films here on Twitch. Self-plug. Let's see. I've got to watch an actual car detailing video because in all the stuff we've done, we haven't really watched one of those. D3, kind of 22B. Have any of you guys ever watched the channel Contempo Concept? That is a channel that does like insanely high quality detailing stuff. Really, really cool stuff. Speaking of 2JZs, why don't we watch a 10-minute video about a Mark IV Supra on Contempo Concept?
Yet another iconic JDM is here for a makeover. The owner of this Supra purchased this car from us about a year ago, and he has been having a blast driving this gem. This very rare facelift JZA80 RZS model has traveled just 41,000 kilometers. Like many of you, the owner has been enjoying our
I'm getting strong Canadian vibes from this.
Restoration projects so much that he couldn't resist the urge to give the same treatment to his Supra.
Alex, are you asking about Pan's Awards as a concept or the latest one? Because I haven't actually watched what he did this year. So I've got it on this list, though, as something to check out.
So yes, here we go with another restoration. Although the car does look
and yes,
nice
Dan, go ahead, do your conspiracy theory.
You can see some imperfections. Headlamps have gone all yellowish and even developed some blistering inside the housing.
Shoot me a link, CJ Burns, to the Steve Maggs YouTube
Chips
channel.
And marks are abundant. Wheels and brake calipers are also in desperate need of some TLC.
Thank you.
The interior, however, is in very good condition as the owner already replaced some of the worn parts. Just some deep cleansing and detailing is all it needs.
Man, that pattern on the seats,
to kick off the project, here we are at the paint booth. A few layers of fresh new white paint is being applied. Of course, all the wheels are also getting some new silver finish. Once out of the paint booth, we reinstate all the glass.
Oh, they're going all out. A full complement
of new rubber seals were ordered to ensure the car looks spanking new when we finish. Rear quarter glass are, of course, new items.
That feeling when all the glass on your car is brand new.
Next up, we utilize dry ice blasting to clean up the engine bay and all the other intricate areas of the car. Super satisfying to see years of built up dirt and grime coming right off. Even if the owner might never lay his eyes on these areas, it's our mission, and OCD, to respect this JDM classic. No spot is left uncorrected.
See, that's some satisfying stuff right there. Good God, Alex, they cost that much? I mean, I know they're probably not cheap, but $2,800? Yeah, this goes beyond detailing for sure, but that's what makes this channel cool, is they do like the restoration and detailing.
Turning up the pressure of the dry ice machine allows us to rid the wheel hubs of all surface rust.
Yeah, that stuff could be a pain to get rid of. Ask Dan and I how we know.
Next up, we tackle the underside of the car to remove some old, non-original undercoating.
Oh, it's so nice though.
With the undercarriage all cleaned up, we take...
That's right, Dan. I did not want that rust to stay on there, so I sat there and drilled it for way too long, probably causing stupid damage to it that didn't need to be there, but I was insistent. I did not want it there.
some time to slot in a brand new exhaust tip.
Slip on. That is a very, like, modest exhaust tip for a Mark IV Supra. Granted, this whole thing seems like it's very much going for an OEM look.
Coming up, we have brand new brake calipers, discs, and pads.
Thank you, Dan. I
The
appreciate
super
that.
graphic on the brake
All that work, and then they're just going to go and put new rotors on anyway.
calipers is very distinctive on the JZA-80. We can't just spray paint and replicate that if we refurbish the calipers. Fortunate that Toyota still has all the brake items in stock, and with no questions asked, the client approves all the new items.
Those look
Not only will the car
good.
stop great, but also if anyone peeks inside the wheels, they'll see immaculate new super brake calipers.
I mean, damn, that looks good.
And with the calipers installed, it's time to slide in some new brake pads.
That's right, Jamie. Oh, satisfying with the sticker. Love it. That looks so
We're
good.
applying a few layers of glass coating, which will protect and make cleaning much easier as the coating is super water repellent.
Smart. Don't leave
Front
those things
bumper
bare.
can go back on now, but before that, we fit a new front lip. Very simple installation.
So nice. Yeah, CJ, I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, oh, it's got multiple patterns on that. Yeah. Probably not direct stock, but
New front windshield cowl makes its way onto the car.
they look nice anyway.
Coming up are the turn signals. As you might expect, brand new items from Toyota.
Of course.
It's often said that eyes are the windows of the soul. We couldn't agree more, as a new set of headlamps massively brightens up a car. Makes
Contempo.
such a dramatic visual
Who's writing
impact
this
to
stuff?
all onlookers. The old set has simply gone all hazy and yellowish.
I mean, you could sit there and try and restore them like the old ones, but if you can just get new ones and the customer is willing to pay for it, more power to you.
A few screws and nuts and on they go. By now, all the dirty work has been completed. Before moving on to the next step, we're giving the car one more thorough wash to make absolutely certain we didn't leave any dirt or debris on the new finish.
Yes. That's a wheels off detail.
Perfectly painted wheels also get a few layers of high heat glass coating inside and out. Wheels are back on now and we're ready for the next stage of restoration. Although the car has been freshly repainted, the surface of the clear coat isn't perfectly even. To achieve that mirror-like pop and shine, we're spending the next few days polishing each and every panel. Then we apply 3 layers of nano-titanium glass coating to create a rock-hard glass barrier on top of the paint. The coating will protect and give that candy-like gloss and depth to the paint. Using the IR heat lamps, we speed up the glass coating curing process.
Yeah, if you're not upvoting a video
few more
like
window
this,
trims, and then
what
we
are you
proceed
doing
to
with your
install
life?
all new badges and emblems.
Yeah, for those of you who've never heard of this channel, these guys do like several videos like this. Really satisfying. Beginning to end, super thorough stuff, but they do it in like a pretty short format. I mean, this is barely 11 minutes. Those black badges look nice. But actually, they're more of a graphite kind of color.
New front and back wipers are on, and that concludes our exterior duties. What's next? Let's start the interior detailing process.
I need to paint the wiper arms on my Town
First
Ace.
step
They're
is to remove
so
all
bad.
front and rear seats so we can give them a deep cleansing.
Okay, am I the only one who, even though they're like cloth seats, I happen to like cloth seats better than leather seats, depending on the vehicle. But that pattern, oh man, that pattern is so 90s.
A bit of steam to kill all germs and bacteria first, then a soft brush and some fabric cleaner to get
Yeah,
rid of any
CJ, they
grime
really
and
were down for a
stains.
while. I still kick myself the time I actually saw an FD RX-7 for like 12 grand, and it was just a little out of my reach and I couldn't justify it, so I didn't end up getting it. But looking back, that was the time and the chance to do it. That was back when I was just out of high school, and it was around. Get it, turbo, you know, all that stuff, all the good stuff. But FD RX-7, love those.
Seats are done, so we move further into the interior. Again, high heat steam is the first step.
You guys, you're probably not wrong.
We're using an interior cleaner to give all areas a once over. All the parts are in great shape, but we can always find room for improvement.
Believe that.
Floor and trunk mats are next.
Oh
These
my god,
items
those
no
floor
longer
mats are
available from
rad.
Canada, so we
Look at
must
that
preserve
pattern.
and give them a good wash. A combination of carpet
Once again,
cleaner and hot
so
water
90s.
extraction make them look like brand new again.
Yeah, that's sick.
We leave a disinfection machine running inside the car with the aircon turned on.
Ozone
This
generator.
will further get rid of all bacteria inside the cabin plus inside the AC system. Finally, all the seats can go back into the car. And there we have it. Our Toyota Supra refresh has been completed.
Look at that beauty. So fresh, so clean. Yes, rollers. They do it right.
What an absolute pleasure it is to be driving this car in 2021, especially considering the fact that it's virtually brand new. So this JZA80 has never been as focused as an NSXR, nor as playful as an Impreza or an Evo. However, it's a great all-rounder.
It's a GT. It's not a lightweight sports car. They're meant to be highway cruisers, eating up those miles.
It's an absolute wonderful sight to see this car presented in perfect.
Alex is right though. Don't pull an Anthony and drive away 9 minutes after an ozone treatment was just on in there. Yeah, true. They definitely waited before they showed that part. Oh yeah, Sub-Zero temps and leather sucks. Not fun. I do love cloth seats. Cloth seats are far better at -20. Yes. Full restore with a front license plate frame. Get the fuck out of here. No, for real. I would not even in states where they require you to have a front plate, which is just, come on, guys, why? Get rid of it. It's ugly. They're ugly. They ruin the lines. Even if you can make it work, like on a pickup truck, you don't care, but on a car, it just kills the lines. And when they design for a license plate in the front, it does not look as good as if they had just pretended there wasn't one there to begin with. Why can't we just enjoy nice things? You have one plate on the car, you're set. You're fine. It's fine.
As most Supras of today have either been heavily modified or tracked, it's an extremely rare find.
One of my favorite driver-centric cockpits. I mean, I know the materials kind of show their age and stuff, but in spite of that, they do just from an ergonomic standpoint. I love that. And it's still not Dodge Viper, first gen Dodge Viper interior bad. Those were fucking atrocious. Yeah, Yoshi, you haven't run a front plate either? Yeah, I don't either. At least not on the Jag. On the van I do, because, I mean, there's a thing for it there. But on the Jag there was nothing, so it would not look right with one at all.
Our customer is super happy with the work that we've done and will definitely enjoy this rejuvenated ride for many years to come. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.
Oh, Dan, you're so lucky you got rid of front plates in Alaska too. Ugh. Not many provinces require them either. You guys, why in Idaho of all states where like things are usually a little more, you know, libertarian-y for whatever you may feel about that particular thing? It strikes me as a state where I would go and be like, yeah, they don't require front plates. Why would they require front plates? That's dumb. That's something where I wish they would actually push to get rid of them, because look at that shit. The car's beautiful, and then you just put that big old wart right on the nose. Come on. No, Yoshi, you're totally right. I got my Jag in Texas, and I was glad I did. Definitely overlooked here for higher price vehicles. Absolutely. No, it was well worth it. And that Jag has been super reliable. It's been a great car for me. Love it. All right. So we wrap up that video. Fellas, possible ladies in the audience, we have gone through a few detailing videos, but have we looked at one where somebody's giving some advice and then we can have commentary on that advice? I think it'd be kind of fun to look at one of these you need to do this kind of videos. So what can we start with? Detailer secrets for interior detailing on your car with Jason from Chicago Auto Pros. I've got from $500 to $30K a month doing mobile detailing car business from Upflip. You guys could probably be the judge as to how realistic that is. We got Larry finding a free airplane. Interesting. What's jumping out to you guys? What are you thinking? Buy these, not these. Oh, Wilson Auto Detailing. There's some options out there. Got to roll the painting class. See ya. All right, Dan. Have fun in your painting class. And I feel front plates are to identify you when law enforcement is going in the opposite direction if you can't easily turn around. Yeah, Alex, I get that. But it strikes me as one of those things where in a face-to-face driving past someone scenario, unless you're going really slow, you're usually not going to be able to read that front plate for more than like half a second before they go on by. Whereas when you're behind them, you have ample opportunity to read said plate. So it's not like the opportunity is really all that strong with a front plate to begin with in terms of cases where you're going to be, you know, you're only going to see it if you're going opposite directions. And when that happens, you're going to go by quickly. It just doesn't make sense. So I would argue there. Luke Wilson at 2 times would be hilarious. Oh, no. Yeah, so why don't we check out a little Wilson Auto Detailing, best detailing tools that do not work, but everybody uses. I can't wait. See, this strikes me as Wilson doing that thing that YouTubers do, where you try and elicit an emotional response from people who are just casually scrolling. This is the kind of video that would get somebody to go, oh, hey, wait, what? And if they watch it, I bet it's designed to piss off a few key audiences. But, you know, let's watch. Let's find out. Let's judge what's in the book, not what's on its cover.
So what are some of the most common auto detailing tools and products that don't work and that you should not buy? What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing channel. Let me jump right into it. Today I want to try to save you guys some...
So what did I miss where Wilson Auto Detailing suddenly became Philip DeFranco?
Money. You guys know that in the auto detailing world, there are detailing brushes that are available all over the place, and detailing brushes are something that I use literally every day in my detailing business, whether I'm on the interior of a car, the exterior of a car. There are so many places that these have a purpose. The problem is, with the amount of detailing brushes available, you can easily waste a ton of money trying to buy some that don't actually work the way you need them to because the bristles start falling.
Hey, Jamie. What's that sticker behind his head on the right say? I'm going to go get a drink real quick. I'm going to let the video play, but if anything super good happens, tell me to scroll back and I will. All right? Give me like 30 seconds to run out to the fridge in the garage and come back.
Out, they break in half, the head actually detaches from the body, they start to smell if they're dipped in water or chemical over time, and the list goes on at how many different ways a detailing brush can really waste your money. So what are the detailing brushes that I actually suggest because I know how long they last? It's the detailing brushes from the company Work Stuff. These came out a while ago now, but they're kind of taking the detailing industry by storm because they really are just really quality brushes that are working for a long time for detailers in a really effective way. What are some of the areas that I use a detailing brush? The air vents, the door panels, lightly agitating chemical on door panels, consoles, different pieces of the carpet, using it to actually brush crumbs out of seams of leather seats. Again, the list goes on, but I like to...
So if we play this at 2x speed, is something gonna happen? Is it gonna affect the rotation of the earth? Are we gonna have shorter days? Let's find out.
Have a full kit of the Work Stuff brushes, from the thinner detailing brushes to the thicker detailing brushes, and of course ones that are different colors, different stiffness, because certain ones I like to get wet, certain ones I like to leave dry, and I have a designated purpose for all of them. But these are the detailing brushes that I buy in my own detailing business.
Okay, that's enough of that. I'm not doing that anymore. That was a mistake. Okay, back to normal.
Are a little bit more expensive on the front end. They absolutely save you money on the back end. What is another one of those tools that detailers just have to buy over and
Saving
over
money
again
on the back end is the most important place to save money.
Of course, I'm talking about the spray nozzles and the spray heads that attach to our chemical bottles and of course start to break over time because they're dropped, because the chemical starts to eat away at the filter inside. They stop spraying altogether. They come in all different shapes and sizes, but here's the solution I've found in my detailing business for this problem. This particular spray nozzle head that I get from Car Supply's warehouse is about $1 a piece, and what I will do is have around 20 different bottles that are filled with the chemicals that I use, and I'll have 50 or 75 of these particular heads ready to go at any given time. The fact of it is, in my detailing world, I looked for a long time for different spray heads that would last a long time, be more chemical resistant, durable, and really where I landed.
I think he probably sped his actual speaking up like 1.25 or even 1.5 in post. You're right, Yoshi. It feels like that. But when I said he felt like Philip DeFranco, for real, it felt like Philip DeFranco. Where if I just look at the beginning of literally any Philip... Oh my god. If I just type in Philip DeFranco. Watch literally any of his videos. Oh god, here we go.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show. Buckle up. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm splitting $10,000 across 10 lucky subscribed beautiful bastards.
Even still, he doesn't speak as fast. Wilson's actually speaking faster. So now I have that confirmed.
Landed was, the idea is not for me to get the most durable spray head, but rather to get really inexpensive ones that I can replace when I need to. So I keep about 50 of these on hand at any given time in my detailing business, ready to be switched out with one that stops working, old one thrown away, new one put on, and I don't have to worry about it. At $1 a piece, these make a lot of sense for me. Now, before I get into the third most common tool that often does not work for detailers the way they think it's going to, I want to mention a free resource that we have in the YouTube description box below. It's called the Essential Detailing Toolbox. This is the top 12 tools and products that I suggest for any detailer getting into the business or any detailer that's really established, but you want a list of all the best tools and products to be given to you rather than you having to go waste money and time trying to find out what they are yourself. I've wasted my money and I've wasted my time to give you guys.
Oh my god, you're right. What if I slow him down? I realize it looks like we're just not paying attention to the video, but for real, it is distracting how fast it is. And I don't want to be that guy who's like, ignoring the fact that there's actual content here. But for real, it's actually distracting how intense it's coming across. And I know it's a particular style that some people on YouTube use where it kind of stems into like the TikTok side of things, the Reels and all that, YouTube Shorts, etc. It's all the same. But they'll do this thing where they need to compact as much as possible so you can reclip it, shove it together, and put it out as like a short or something where it's going to get a lot more views. Whereas in a video, they're afraid somebody has such a short attention span, they're not going to be able to handle it. So yeah, let's try it at 0.75, see if it helps.
As these answers, there's a PDF that's totally free, linked up with those top 12, all available for under $500. It also right now comes with a free video series to show you how to use these products and how not to use these products, so you guys get a full idea of how to use them and not damage anything when you use them. Grab that free resource below. Now let's get back into the video. Guys, the third most common tool that most detailers want to buy desperately and they don't really realize the lack of results they're going to be able to get with it is, yes, a carpet extractor. Let me refer to the Mighty Light 8070 because it's what I use most commonly in.
Oh God, Alex, you are so right. It's the hustle culture, the entrepreneur mindset. Like, that's one of my personal pet peeves, is hustle culture in general and the whole entrepreneur thing. Like, I'm all for people like getting the bag, doing their thing. Awesome, great, you do you. As long as they're not hurting anybody else in the process, I'll support that. But there's just this mindset where it's like all zero-sum game, all like fierce attack. I need a lion emoji and all this other bullshit. It's really annoying. And I'm sorry, but like, people will make fun of me for being a nerd and watching like zoning law videos and stuff. But hustle culture and entrepreneur and wantrepreneur type stuff is its own form of just... it's exhausting in its own nerdy kind of way. Like, they all think they're alpha chads and bullshit, but it is so annoying.
In my professional detailing world, I love
also, I'm going to put it back to normal speed.
And they have a place, but 95% of the time I am not reaching for an extractor because it's not actually going to give me the results that detailers think they're going to get in any given situation.
Now this one I'll agree with him on because, yeah, no, if you use, like, for example, like the PNS carpet trifecta or whatever, you can get the same results you would get with a carpet extractor. I mean, for most cases. There will obviously be instances where you want an extractor, but for the most part, yeah, you don't need an extractor to do good detailing work on interiors in an average car scenario. If most of the cars you deal with are average, not like insane repo mold, ugh, horrible.
And the sad truth is, often introducing that much liquid to an equation makes it worse, not better. And the best alternative to an extractor that detailers don't really talk about is rather getting to know your chemicals, not necessarily getting some big expensive extractor and trying to introduce it to the equation, when in reality it might actually make it worse. Getting the right chemicals, getting the right process, that is what is going to make the biggest difference. And just a really quick sidebar for anybody wondering about extractors, because often people think, I want an extractor, but I don't want to pay the full price. The Mighty Light 8070 that I use in most of my videos is about $1,300, maybe $1,100 in some places, but I highly suggest the Aqua Pro Vac. I believe this tool is about half the price, or even a little bit less than half, of the Mighty Light 8070, and in most situations for detailers, it's actually going to give you the results that you need, and you're not going to be able to tell a big difference between a more expensive extractor like the Mighty Light and the Aqua Pro Vac. So I will be linking up the Aqua Pro Vac below.
Also, if you're a mobile detailer, you do not want to be hauling shit like that around everywhere you go if you don't have to.
As well, because it's much less expensive and it's probably going to fit exactly what you're looking for. And guys, finally, the fourth product that often does not perform like we want it to in certain instances is the microfiber towel. Now let me be specific here. Many detailers are using microfiber towels on all areas of the car, including glass, and one of the common objections that they don't really know how to overcome is, I'm leaving lint all over the interior of the glass when I use my microfiber towel, and I don't know how to make it stop. Here's why the lint is being left on the interior glass. You're using a microfiber towel that has been used before on something else and it's been washed and dried. When you wash and dry or even use a microfiber towel, it does begin to degrade those microfibers, and when you're using kind of the classic microfiber around 300 to 350 GSM, it is going to break down with heat in the dry.
Okay, here's the part where I'm gonna slightly disagree with him because, you know, me, microfiber nerd. It's not the GSM that's going to determine the difference, although I think he's trying to appeal to a particular audience who maybe only understands towels in that mindset, that range. What you really like when he says a classic style microfiber towel, he's referring to like an all-purpose terry. What we would call an all-purpose terry. You know it when you see it. It's the standard microfiber towel. The GSM really doesn't have anything to do with it in terms of like, oh, you see linting or that kind of stuff. It's just, I generally would not recommend an all-purpose terry for windows. The reason you see a lot of, you know, like smaller detail operations using an all-purpose terry is because they're cheap and they buy their towels in bulk and they just want to get like 1 or 2 different kinds of towels. They don't want to mix it up and get a whole bunch of different styles because that can get a little pricier for them and they're not willing to spend that. But I'm telling you right now, getting dedicated glass towels and separating them out from your other stuff is worth every penny. It'll save you extra work. It's just a better way to go. Absolutely a better way to go. And yeah, it would be the weave. No, correct, Flack. Yeah, it would be the weave that's the concern here. And he kind of touched on it where he said the classic style microfiber. And yes, where Yoshi is saying he's talking about the standard Costco microfiber. Yes, like those Kirkland style all-purpose terries, the ones that have like the Aston Vantage on the cover, the really old ones. You know the ones we're talking about, the yellow guys. Anyway, those are what would be considered a standard style microfiber towel. And I'll be the first to say, like, they're great for just basic jobs, normal stuff. They're cheap, plentiful, whatever, but they're not that great on glass. You can force them to work on glass and make it work for you, especially if you have a better glass cleaner that, you know, leaves less smudging and stuff like that. But just by virtue of the weave, you're going to have that slightly fuzzy pile on one side. It's not going to be as good for wiping off those surfaces. It's just not going to be as good as using a waffle weave or like an FTW where it's that tighter, kind of really dense weave. You need something that's going to be shorter, that's going to put more of the surface of the towel onto the surface of the glass. That'll create more resistance, which some people get annoyed by when they see like the, you know, the classic kind of like herringbone style glass towels where the kind of sheen, the shiny ones that are really flat. Some people hate those because they think they grab a lot, and they do to a degree. The diamond weave ones do it less so because they have little perforations in them. But yeah, you're basically going to wind up with this situation of, yeah, there's more friction because more surface touch in the glass, but the trade-off is you're doing a much cleaner wipe on that surface. And glass is, generally speaking, tougher in many cases than the clear on an actual car's paint. So you don't have to be as gentle when you're working on glass as you do with clear on paint. So that's me going way down a total tangent there, but hopefully that helps somebody.
Dryer, or even just the agitation from a wash, and it will start to leave some fibers behind. So what's the solution? There are 2 different solutions that I suggest for people in the detailing world. Number 1 is a dedicated waffle weave microfiber towel. Yes, it is still microfiber, but it's not that classic microfiber that we probably default to thinking of when we're thinking of the ones we use on an interior or the exterior.
That's a fair answer. That's a good answer. It's not the only answer, but I'm curious to see what he says next.
It is a microfiber waffle weave towel, but these are probably the best for interior or even exterior glass, but specifically interior because it can be so problematic. And I dedicate these for glass only. I don't use them on anything else. The other option is actually a tight weave surgical towel. I'll link those up in the YouTube description box.
Oh God, these guys with their surgical huck towels. You can do it. It's still not. I wouldn't do it. You're just more likely to end up potentially accidentally scratching something. Is it guaranteed? No, but the likelihood is higher.
As well with the other products I'm using here so you guys can see them. But the waffle weave is more specific to the detailing world, and the surgical towel is just a tight weave towel that isn't going to lint or leave fibers anywhere, really no matter how often it's washed. But the number 1 thing to keep in mind is that whatever glass towel you're using, you always keep it for the glass. So guys, I listed a lot of products in this video as sort of solutions to common problems in the detailing world, but make sure if you're interested in getting more of those solutions, you go below in the YouTube description box and get my essential detailing toolbox.
Okay, so remember what I said at the beginning before I even opened the video? What I said I thought this kind of video would be, where it's deliberately, you know, it's an enticing title. It's going to make you think, ooh, what am I doing wrong? Or, oh, what's he going to say? I'm going to get mad at him. In the end, it was mostly common sense stuff. I don't see anything in there too objectionable. It was actually common sense stuff. So kudos to him for not, you know, totally going down the incendiary clickbait drama rabbit hole like I've seen some detailing videos do, but in this case, yeah, no, this is fine. Does the title come across as a little incendiary, like getting people riled up? Sure. But the actual content of the video, it doesn't seem like it's actually that bad. So making fun of the speed of the voice notwithstanding, not bad. I don't really have any issues with this video. It was a decent point. So yeah, no, it stands up on its own 2 legs. Let's see what else. I see the other guys are talking about wanting to play Sea of Thieves, kind of getting into that role, but I know Anthony's not available yet. Looks like Glenn and Jimmy are just kind of getting started. So we'll do a few more here before I wrap things up, but I'm having fun with you guys. Thanks so much for like keeping it lively in the comments, and obviously you can always suggest more, more videos to me if it's something that you think we should all watch. So Scott HD, yeah, I was asking earlier, is that Scott Hare? I seem to remember Scott Hare like on the forums and stuff, and like I was talking at the beginning of the stream here, I remember I actually had interactions with him early on. He was buying some stuff from us way back in the day, and he seemed perfectly nice. Like I didn't see any reason there would be issues with it, but apparently now and this has happened a lot of times where I can think back to like all the people who wound up like blowing up on YouTube or some kind of social media in the detailing sphere and finding out like, oh yeah, that person ended up being kind of a jerk or something. Like there's plenty of that to go around. I don't know. I think this industry seems to bring out a particular kind of ego, but it invites a particular style of ego where, yeah, there's narcissism and ego involved, but it has kind of a, I don't know, there's kind of like a class-based, like kind of blue collar, I'm going to get mine kind of attitude. And that's fine looking at things from a class-based, perspective, but it also seems to come with like, there's some extra anger, some rage behind it, and people just wind up getting super on each other's asses about stuff. But that's something to analyze for another day. I think you're right about that. I don't mind his videos for what they are. Not totally scientific, but interesting anyway. Yeah, Flack. Yeah, so apparently I've missed some drama with Scott HD, assuming that is Scott Hare. A little too much machismo sometimes. Yeah, some people get a little lost in the sauce. They, their T levels are out of control, and they take it out on their fellow man, which, not cool. You don't have to do that. Where shall we look next? Dirty car cleaning tricks. Local dealers don't want you to know. Oh, I bet this is going to be a well-researched video by Factsverse. What do you say we check that out? All right. I gave you a second. Let's do it. Let's just watch.
Factsverse presents 30 car cleaning tricks.
Now, this is going to be one of those horrible like Watch Mojo or Looper style list videos that have next to no content and it just drags it on. Flack. He's been calling out a lot of YouTubers for doing sponsor videos without properly disclosing it, causing blowback and drama. Yeah, I mean, the problem I have is a lot of times it's frustrating. You'll get people who have a valid point and they aren't necessarily wrong in some cases, but the way they go about it can really just not land with an audience, and it causes people to get upset. There's something to be analyzed there, but yeah, I mean, it sucks. There's this whole debate culture that happens where people are like, debate me, bro. I'll win in the marketplace of ideas. Ugh. And it's its own nerdy, like sad thing to try and get one over on your fellow, peers in whatever particular interest you have, be it detailing or anything else, and turn it into this battle. Like when somebody has a righteous cause, say he is right. Okay, fine. But there's ways to address this stuff, or like more subtly call attention to it rather than like blowing up someone's spot. And then it turns out maybe you were kind of right, but not completely. And by that point, the damage is done because people all believe what you initially put out there. And then it's like, okay, libel and slander and all these other things. It just gets ugly when it doesn't have to. I feel like some people also really enjoy stirring up the drama because then it puts a spotlight on them, for better or for worse, and they're able to ride that wave of controversy to their own benefit. But that only lasts so long. I mean, we've all seen what happens if people are trying to stir stuff up that way. Yeah, okay, maybe in the broader scheme of things, you see like the Andrew Tates of the world and people like that just, you know, stir shit up on purpose, and it works for a while, but eventually they get burned. Yeah, do they make a lot of money in the process sometimes? Sure, maybe. But in the detailing space, that doesn't really happen that often. Honestly, it does not happen that often where somebody's actually able to ride a wave to fame and really hold it and keep it. I mean, if you need any evidence of that, look at, you know, Dallas Paint Correction, for example. He was kind of like in the wings for a while, and then he blew up and was going super hard. And I remember it felt so weird, like how intense he was about everything. And he would like stalk us in the comments, like at my day job. Like you'd see him in the comments, like making just weird, like specific and kind of aggressive comments. And it just always felt very targeted and strange. It's like, calm down, we're talking about products. But yeah, no, I remember that was some shit that was just, it was so unnecessary. And he did it on purpose for a long time. And then when he finally came out with his own product line, it was like an aha moment, light bulb moment where you're like, that's fucking why. Okay, now it makes sense why you'd shit talk all this other stuff and eventually just, you know, bring out your own thing. But yeah, and look how that's doing. I mean, okay, maybe I haven't heard much. Do people still use that stuff? I mean, some people liked it, I guess, but it was just the whole thing was so produced and manufactured and like cultivated to get people riled up. And in the end, it was all just for not clicks, but literally so you could hawk a product, you know? So yeah, you can start a controversy, make yourself bigger in the process and hope that you can develop something out of that. But if you make your following out of people who are as intensely hateful and shittily attituded, that's a fun new word, making up right now, then those people are going to leave you just as easily when the next hot thing comes along. Somebody who's willing to go even further than they are. And then you're just left in the dust, you know, holding your willy in the wind. I don't know. Horrible image. But yeah, no, not great. Not really a way to build a lasting thing. I can't be that eloquent right now. I don't know. My brain's just a little shut down. But the whole point being, it's not sustainable. So if you want to be sustainable, you've got to do things usually the harder way. Maybe you have some overnight success, but most overnight successes are something where people really built themselves up to capture that moment when the opportunity arose. Great. But if you can do that without being shitty to other people, I highly recommend that instead, because you won't get your ass clapped later down the road when people figure out what you were doing. Anyway, let's watch this video.
Local dealers don't want you to know. Local dealers want you to bring
Jamie,
your car
I'm not going to read your
them
comment, but I agree with it 1000%.
That's why they keep most of the detailing tips under wraps. But we've got 30 car cleaning tricks that local dealers don't want you to know, and we're...
And if he found himself in court where his lawyer released all of his phone communications going back multiple years, you can bet there would be some shit.
More than happy to share them with you. Shine your dashboard. Vaseline is great for cleaning your dashboard. Not only will it shine up the dashboard, it'll also repel dust and stains. Cleaning the vents. The vents in your car can be challenging.
Okay, this video sucks. I'm just straight up. Let's remove that. That is not a good video. There's nothing going on there that I'm interested in. And at the end of the day, this is a little bit of a dictatorship. I kind of run the show, but I'm looking forward to having you guys contribute and help me steer the ship. But yeah, no, that video was a no-go. No bueno. Didn't like it. That format just doesn't agree with me. What can we do? We have to restore the NES. Starting a mobile detailing business of $500. 500 to 30K a month. Ugh. The carpet looks disgusting, but I'm looking for like an actual car detailing video. So, hacks that actually work. All right, Epic Car Show Detailing, let's try you out.
In my hand, I have one of the very best car cleaning tools for any beginner starting out on the tightest of tight budgets. Now I know what you're thinking, Dave, it's just a nail brush. What could you possibly get from that? Well, before you discard this video thinking it's going to be a complete waste of your time, I think there's something you need to take a look at. These brushes will set you back about 50p each, so most pound shops sell 2 for £1, so make sure you grab yourself plenty of them as they have so many uses. And first up is the steering wheel, which had plenty of blobs of Coca-Cola on it, so they needed to come off along with the usual sun cream marks. The brush is a game changer for steering wheels, and I'm using an interior detailer here, and if you don't have access to any multi-purpose cleaners, you can get away with using a bucket of warm water, but it may take a few attempts to get it right. So when you think about how many germs are on a wheel, then think about how many bristles these nail brushes have. It can easily get deep into the pores of the wheel. Now, not every steering wheel is okay to use this brush on, so this is better suited for your everyday cars or commercial vehicles.
And just in case you need somebody to translate British for you, sun cream is sunscreen lotion.
So I wouldn't go...
I watch too much Love Island. It's always weird when they talk about, oh, can you cream me, please? And you're like,
Using this on a brand new Rolls Royce, for example. Few things to mention. Try and avoid spraying directly onto the steering wheel because you don't want to be making a mess, especially where all the dials are. You don't want it to come across like you're a sloppy worker.
Yoshi.
So the best solution is to sometimes spray onto a microfiber cloth, rub it into the steering wheel, and then follow up with the brush afterwards. Once that's done, you can easily wipe it away with a dry microfiber.
I mean, on a surface you don't necessarily mind possibly scratching. Okay. But most brushes, with the exception of like a truly soft, like super soft makeup brush or like the super fine Detail Factory brush, I would definitely recommend the ultra fine Detail Factory brush in that case, even softer than most makeup brushes and stuff. That will not scratch, but virtually everything else will.
Microfiber cloth, and that's how you get a perfect steering wheel. And alternatively, if you're not using any chemicals and you're just using a bucket of warm water, simply dunk a microfiber cloth into the bucket so it's holding enough water and make the steering wheel wet before scrubbing. Follow up with exactly the same
Whisper sweet nothings in its ear. Buy it chocolates.
method and you'll get the same results. With the steering wheel cleaned, we can now look at cleaning the door cards and any rough part of the trim. So again, you can't use this on any shiny or polished surfaces or you will see those dreaded scratches. But because plastic trim is so grainy, the bristles will fit right into the grooves to give them a deeper clean. So likewise with the steering wheel, if you don't have chemicals, use a bucket of warm water and scrub away and follow up.
Just be careful around that speaker.
Unfortunately, because of the shape of some nail brushes, you won't be able to get in every single tight area. So alternatively, you can use a paintbrush if you need it.
He's being very responsible. He's wearing gloves.
So we can now tick off the trim and let's see how good these nail brushes are at tackling dirty car seats. So you may see loads of Instagram videos of people using power drills, which ultimately are the best way to clean the seats. But if you can't afford a power drill or brush it,
I can see somebody who he doesn't have B-roll showing the actual drill brush attachment. So some people are going to think he's talking about somebody literally just drilling holes in their seat. I'm sorry. I've seen the comment sections on some of these videos. People can be that dumb.
attachment, then these would do just fine. You just need to make sure you don't go too mad, and what I mean by that is if you start to see any of the fabric seats starting to snag a little, then maybe it's time to stop. It's very simple. All you've got to do is give the seats a few squirts with an APC or a fabric cleaner and scrub away, and follow up with either a wet vac or a cloth. But try not to saturate it too much if you don't have a wet vac, or you might get a damp backside.
Nobody wants that.
And it's not just fabric seats, you can also use this method on leather seats too. So you can scrub away, but you've got to be very careful if the leather is warm. You've got to go very light. So I saved the leather.
I mean, to be fair, by the time Augie's done with it, your seat would be less dirty, but it would also be less seat. There wouldn't be much surface left.
Cleaning for another video. Did you know a nail brush is an easier way of getting mats and carpets cleaned a lot quicker? So if you get those cars with
Whenever I see sped up footage, like doing a detailing act or something, especially when it's like a macro shot or it's like a, torso down shot or something like that, all I can think of are like the blue screen ads and infomercials. Totally that kind of thing. Just a guy walking out from his garage carrying all the detailing products. Whoa!
nasty, poor quality carpets, and you will find a Hoover just won't do it on its own. But by brushing the carpets before or during the vacuuming stage, you will be able to speed up the entire process. And not only that, you can even use the brush to create carpet stripes by spraying a few squirts of air freshener onto the carpets and then using the brush in opposite.
Who are the stripes for? Well, maybe your customer, but more likely it's for the other dude bro detailers who are going to see you and go, nice job. Because otherwise, if there's no stripes, how will anyone know you actually worked there?
Directions. For some vehicles, you may be able to get away with scrubbing the vents, such as commercial vehicles, for example.
I'm always amazed at how
So although
nasty
this may not
vents
be
can
great on
get.
polished vents, it still will do the job for the majority of older cars, but make sure you wipe away thoroughly afterwards so you don't...
But unlike, okay, in this particular instance, he can kind of get away with it, doing it on the vent there. But if you were to try this on a lot of cars, they would have some kind of like decorative, shiny finish around the vent, even if the vent itself isn't. And that's just a recipe for disaster. Taking a brush like that anywhere near that, you're going to potentially scratch it. But yeah, CJ, thanks for being here. I'm glad you had a chance to tune in, and you have yourself a good night. Thanks for watching.
Don't get too much chemical or water in them.
There you go. That's not so bad.
At this point, you need to have a separate nail brush, and just think about this for 1 second. Now imagine if you're treading dog poo and you use this brush on the pedal.
Do you do that a lot?
Then use it on the steering wheel. You can see where I'm going here with this. Now imagine eating in your car after using this brush. Not only would you potentially have eaten dog poo, but you've probably blown any future chance of making out.
He seems a little too focused on this idea.
With your other half. So keep a spare brush
Little
for
sus,
the pedals.
my man.
So for cleaning the pedals, it's a simple case of spraying, scrubbing and wiping and repeat until you get it right. And it also works well for the footwell area too. So this little brush is incredibly versatile on the interior of your car. But what about
Got like
the
little
exterior?
elf ears.
This is one of those areas that gets overlooked, but it's not the most important area, to be honest, so don't lose sweat if you don't do this one. But it is a nice way of deep cleaning the rubbers, and you do have more control compared to using a real detailing brush. So just make sure the doors are open so you can easily scrub it without scratching it. This is a massive one, and I want to show you the potential of this 50p brush. Okay, so look, you won't win any...
I'll tell you what, Jamie, we can watch the guy clean the Nintendo as the last video I watched tonight, okay? Probably after this one, actually, because I know those guys are going to want to sail the high seas, probably coming up around 10 o'clock my time, which it's 9:10 p.m. right now. But in about half an hour or so, I'll probably drift over to the Xbox and get set up so we can stream from there and have our semi-regular pirate session. But for now, detailing videos. And I will watch that Nintendo video after this.
Any awards for the best looking brush of 2021, but it still has huge benefits. For example, the bristles are stiff enough.
Yeah, I enjoy like the detailing videos that are cleaning something that's not just a car. Like I'm a big car guy, obviously, but like Nintendo or the phones was disgusting. But I bet the Nintendo will be kind of cool.
Enough to tackle the dirt, and because of the shape of it, you can hold it
If you
securely
see more
and
videos
navigate
like that,
it around the
bring 'em on.
tyre. A word of caution though, you can cause big damage if you get sloppy or rush too quickly to get around the tyre, and you will get a small amount of kickback from the chemical as well. So I normally use Yum and Dress to clean my tyres, but since I ran out I thought I'd try some traffic film remover. If you don't have TFI, you can also use
Traffic
any
film
type of
remover.
multi-purpose cleaner, but it will take a few attempts if you want to get it right. And normally I just jet wash the tyres when cleaning, as this is part of the wash process you'd do anyway. But for this demo I'm just giving it a wipe over, and as you can see the tyres look beautiful. And while these brushes won't last long, they will still help anybody who's on a tight budget, and people won't laugh at you for using one. In fact, if anything, they will be impressed because you're using your initiative and making the best out of the tools you've got. So if you're enjoying these hack style videos or how-to videos, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications and leave us a comment below.
I'll leave them a like. Thank you for that wonderful little video. All right, traffic film. Let's go. Oh God, traffic film. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's the worst. All right, we're moving on. We are gonna watch that Nintendo detailing video to wrap up the night. Thank you to everybody who's watched this far. I really appreciate you. And if you know someone else or multiple someone else's who would also be interested in watching me do commentary and react to detailing videos or other things, maybe they're into, I don't know, architecture, city zoning law, like, I don't know, there's some random stuff out there. Or you just want to watch me do some reacting to like some silly social, you know, experiment type videos, that's cool too. But Mondays are for the boys. They're for detailing. So we're doing that this week. But yeah, if you know anybody else, please send in to follow me. I'm trying to get to 50 followers because apparently something happens on Twitch where I get moved up a level. And I'm trying to see what happens. I'm trying to get there, but every little bit counts. So I appreciate all of you who've watched this far and have helped me really achieve a lot in a fairly short amount of time. I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you. All right, we've got, store this yellowed and broken SNES Retro Console Restoration. Yep, it's pretty yellow. What do you want to bet this sat at like grandma's house on top of a TV set, like an old wooden TV set? And the sun from the window just hit it in such a way it yellowed. I don't know, just guessing. Thank you, Jamie. Much appreciated. This is a very ASMR-like video. Hold on. Did he just make a Mario? He made a Mario joke. Let's see. Womp. Well, normally that would be the part where an 80s or a 90s kid would hold up the cartridge and go and then put it back in and see if it worked better. Is that a cube tray? Game bit screwdriver. I've never heard of that, but then again, I've never opened up a Super Nintendo, so we're gonna find out together. Alex, yeah, there was you know, okay, I've seen the way Anthony shoots videos. I'm positive that in order to get that shot there, this guy clearly had it pop off like that, and then he's like, actually, it looked kind of cool. And then he filmed it separately, and he threw it several times until it slid just the right way he liked. And then he kept the shot, but he probably did that like 20 times. The gloves are a nice touch, huh? If he just puts a new top on that's like not yellowed, that's gonna be the lamest solution ever. Better be keeping track of all these little pieces. Ooh, okay. Alex, to Anthony's credit, he actually does the vast majority of his stuff handheld. He doesn't use a gimbal. If you see something that's obviously a gimbal shot in one of his videos, it's probably because Jimmy shot it. Oh, Jamie, the top's gonna get a UV bath. Oh, so it's not an ice cube tray. It's simply a place to hold fasteners and hardware. That's nice. Wait, he just had no bugs this time. Has he had bugs before in there? That'll just look like some static kind of pulled that. I would love it if once he removed that, then the next shot is just him pulling out a pressure washer and shooting it the hardest as possible. Yes, Alex, a gimbal is not something you can simply just pick up and use like a master. It does take some practice. Yoshi, you live in Texas. Every day you go outside, you're getting a UV bath. Yeah, Alex, that's legit cool. See, this all appeals to my fascination with like pulling things apart, but the problem is I have real difficulty remembering how I did that so that I could put them back together at the end. Okay. Got ourselves a clean lid now. Let's spruce it up. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not that bad. Yes, Alex, I was expecting a how-to basic also. Like, they lure us in with a false sense of like, oh, wow, this is really, wow, so delicate and particular. And then somewhere along the line, somebody comes in with like just a bowl of pudding and it starts splatting it into the side of the body of the Super Nintendo, and you're going, why? And just when you think it's done, they get out a bunch of like metal jacks and they start throwing them in the mix, and then they get out a plunger and they just start jamming the plunger on it, and you're going, this is so violent, why is this happening? And then at the end it just cuts to perfectly done Super Nintendo, but in reality they just went and got a totally fresh restored one and put it in front of the camera. Holy crap, Yoshi, is that 12 inches of rain? What? Oh, the watery soap and not soapy water. So he's not Chris Fix. We've established that now. I mean, I can't be the only one who appreciates the rubber ducky there, though. Man, you guys are all getting rain. I want some of this rain. We had 1 day of rain this last week, and it was the first time we'd had it in months, basically. We haven't had a high below 90 degrees Fahrenheit in like 6 or 7 weeks, with the exception of like one day where the high ended up in like the mid 80s, but it was weird. It was like a rainy day that came out of nowhere. Damn it, Alex. Don't be doing that. Oh, it's about to get a bath. What are we putting in this? What's it gonna fill it with? Ooh, hydrogen peroxide. All right. Glug 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 glug. Straight up. Gonna heat it up for a second. Oh. Oh, what do we got going on here? Yeah, UV LED lights. Okay. 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 Temperature sensor and a heating element. Wow. This is fascinating. Whoa. All right then. Go on then. Yeah, he knew when to put up that subscribe button. After seeing that, it's like, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, that thing really took a turn for the better. Lock washers. I still feel like at any moment this could take a turn into a how-to basic. Oh, Alex, you couldn't be further from the truth. Wobos Clean Wheels is a good product, but that shit was intense. Not to be trifled with. Works well, though. Only on wheels, though. Not on tires. It's not like Brake Buster. After a bit of investigating, I was also able to find there were some cold solder joints in this big chip. Picture processing unit. Oh, it's the picture processing unit. Got it. Perhaps that was the source of some of our issues. Okay, he's just going full ASMR. He just wants you to hear the clicky click sounds. Definitely. Ooh. Oh. Huh. Today I learned there's actually a point. Oh, wow. Okay. The famous Ductor. Is that a PlayStation Portable? Oh dear. Isopropyl alcohol, cleaning everything. I guess I now know what it's like to restore the inside of an old Super Nintendo unit. Louis Rossman is getting a massive New York glizzy in his pants from watching this guy fully having the right to repair watching this. Yes. Yes, torn down framed electronics are satisfying to look at. Agreed. Yeah, like an exploded view, like an everyday carry style where it's just all laid out. Ooh. What kind of air gun is that? Oh, straight out of a compressor. I wonder what compressor he's using. Right now, it kind of reminds me of cleaning the inside of my toaster, which for some reason, I don't get it. It seems to get dust in there when it's under a cabinet. And last time I cooked an English muffin in there, it tasted like dust, and I was so disgusted with it that I almost wanted to buy a new toaster. That's how bad it was. Got here. Ooh. Very finely brushing on. Soldering tip. Ooh, okay. Literally gonna resolder it. Okay. I got a bead maker, the toaster. Oh man. Then I'm eating bead maker. I've been told that's a bad idea to do too. Watching this hits me with like the same level of fascination as watching like a master Lego builder build something amazing with Legos. Oh my god, that's clever. Come on, guys. That's... This guy earned the subscribe with that. Guy's a genius. All right, fish out your fasteners. That is the most clever subscribe integration I've seen in a video, though. Bar none. Jamie, that would be so awesome. You should do that. You absolutely should do that. Boss subscribe into a pearl. Ooh. Come on, little guy. You got... Oh, there you go. Power. Okay. Things are looking good. Improving. Oh, we forgot our little purple click in guy. Wait, nope, that's the button. Cool. Wow, that looks so much better. Honestly, I can't believe 5 of you stuck around to watch this, but thank you. This has been really interesting. Oh my god, he recreated the service sticker? Now that's a restoration. Only problem is somebody's going to call that now. Probably not going to work. Just knowing it started like that. Damn. Deserves a detail hat for sure. Oh, now the ultimate moment of truth. Will it play Super Mario World? Oh my goodness. Nostalgia triggered. That's great. Classic Yoshi sound. I'm sure Yoshi and our audience appreciates that. Oh my god, are you serious, Alex? Linus did a neat video about old consoles on OLED and LED TVs, etc., and how CRTs are actually way better. Now people are paying big money for CRTs. My god, if I had just known to hold on to my CRT TV, the 800-pound gorilla that it was, man, boy, would be rolling in it just from selling it, right? I had it was like a 40-inch Sony, and the thing weighed like as much as a goddamn boulder. It was so huge, and when you pick it up, the plastic always felt like it was going to creak and like it was going to snap and break, and sure enough, like some of the bottom like little flaps on it did. But holy crap, yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's unfortunate that now people want them for that much and missed the boat on there, but isn't that the case with all things? Eventually they come back around and they become popular. Unless they're the Subaru SVX, in which case I just loved an unloved car. So there's that. All right. Well, I think we've firmly established that mostly detailing Monday is here to stay. It's been fun. It's been real. I appreciate all of you who've joined me here in the comments and the chat, keeping things lively, throwing out good suggestions, and of course, giving me all the joy to continue doing this because you guys keep it fun. Yeah, that's really all I've got to say here. I see Alex suggesting something. Oh, there's Linus video. Okay, I will add that for later. Not going to do that tonight, but that may be something I throw onto the niche interest list for later, so that could be cool. But yeah, later this week, I'll probably be doing more things unrelated to detailing. We may sprinkle a little detailing in, but we'll mix it up. We're going to do some fun stuff that doesn't necessarily have to do with that. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, you guys make the show, but I just try and carry it along and hope that some people tune in and enjoy it. We learned the frogs are indeed gay. Well, you know, if Detailing Alex Jones has anything to say about it, then that's just how that goes. Later vid. Okay, sweet. Well, thank you guys. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere really, because I'll actually be streaming here in just a few minutes, but I'll have a crew aboard a ship and we'll be sailing the high seas. So that could be fun. We'll be playing Sea of Thieves here probably in about 10 minutes, give or take, maybe 15. So I'll try and get that arranged with the guys that may already be playing and I just got to join them. But either way, if you want to follow along for that, be my guest. Just keep refreshing the page here. In like 20 minutes, you'll probably see we're live and you can enjoy it then. But for the time being, thank you for watching, and please, if you're not already a follower, go ahead and click follow. I really am looking to try and boost those numbers up, because apparently something happens when I get to 50. I've met all the other metrics, but it says 50 followers, you're able to move to the next level, whatever that may be. I look forward to sharing it with all of you, and yeah, let's find out together, huh? So, till later this week, I'm Dane, and we've had some fun today. So I'm going to pop up the thank you for watching, get the outro music, unmute that, here we go. Yeah, vibes. Cool. Well, thanks guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and stay safe out there, all right? We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.